Or not. Oh,
Now, there we are. Hello, everybody.
hi.
Lights Out Sports Podcast. We are doing our second game cast of the week. We did one yesterday for the NFL. We did the fantastic game between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Down to
I
the
think they're
wire.
gonna right. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a mercy rule for the game on Sunday because it's the Bengals and the Detroit Tigers, or excuse me, Detroit Lions. So yeah, we may have to do a mercy rule for that game. But tonight we're going to do Cincinnati Reds at Los Angeles Dodgers, and we'll preview the game. We're looking right now live at the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees as well. So, Cheese, I know we were talking a little bit off air. Who would you have picked to win the series between the Yankees and the Red Sox had you not know what the score is now, or would that make any difference to you?
Well, it wouldn't have changed anything because I did have the Red Sox because I thought they would win with Crochet pitching. So I think the Red Sox, it's been kind of Achilles heel for the Yankees in the postseason at times. And so I would have had the Red Sox winning the series.
All right, so they are currently winning. You've got, let's see here, two outs,
Geralds.
bottom of the eighth. Guy dancing off first base like a ballerina for the New York Yankees over there. 1-1 count. Again, Boston is up 2-1. They've got Aroldis Chapman on the mound, so we'll keep you updated on that. We'll also preview the game that we are getting ready to do, the Cincinnati Reds visiting the Los Angeles Dodgers in Chavez Ravine. Let me go over the lineups with everybody here real fast. So the Reds line up tonight. They will be going up against Blake Snell. They have leading off TJ Friedel in center field. Noelvi Marte will bat second and play right. Oh, Andujar will be the designated hitter and bat third. The left fielder will be Austin Hayes. He will he'll be in left and bat fourth. Spencer Steer, first base, fifth. All the way down in the sixth spot, Ellie De La Cruz will bat sixth and play shortstop. Tyler Stevenson will do the catching duties and bat right behind Cruz. Then Key Brian Hayes will play third base. Matt McLean will bat in the ninth spot and play second. And for the home team, the Dodgers, their lineup looks like this. We've got Ohtani leading off with Mookie Betts in wow. I'm already messing this up. We've been on the air for like 3.5 minutes.
Mookie Betts, yes, he plays for the Dodgers.
He does. He does play for the Dodgers and plays really well for the Dodgers, too, I might add.
That is my analysis. He is good at baseball.
He is good at baseball. So Ohtani will lead off. Betts will play shortstop and bat second. Freddie Freeman at first. In the third hole for the cleanup spot, Max Muncy, who will play third base tonight. Then you've got Teoscar Hernandez in right. Edmund at second. Pages and center. Kiki Hernandez will play left field, and their catcher, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name.
I'm not going to try, so it's all you.
Yeah, that guy. That guy that starts with an R. He's going to play catcher.
Starts with an R.
R. We'll do our pirate thing all night and call him R. That's what we'll do. And, of course, on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, you will have Hunter Green. It will kick off at 6:08 Dodger time. 9:08 is the time it's supposed to be kicking off on ESPN. There's a bloop hit to right center field, caught out there in the outfield for the third out. So that concludes the eighth inning. We'll go one more inning, the ninth. Boston and New York. Boston leads 2-1. Almost a collision out there in the outfield.
I mean, these teams absolutely hate each other. So one of these fan bases are going to be so mad that they lost. I feel like if the team that wins, the fan bases are going to be more relieved than happy because you can't lose to this team.
Yeah.
It's one of those rivalries. You cannot lose this game. So
would you say that the Yankees and Red Sox is the best rivalry in baseball?
I mean,
we're getting ready to do the Dodgers. You got Dodgers and Padres, which is becoming a really big rivalry.
Probably. It's probably Yankees Red Sox. I just don't know another rivalry that's just see, the thing is with rivalries, like, it's hard to be consistent. It's
Hmm.
rare that both teams are good for such a long time.
Yes.
Obviously the Cubs and Cards have a big rivalry, but the problem with that rivalry is most of the time when the Cardinals are good, the Cubs are not, and vice versa. So it's just tough, but I think you probably have to say Yankees Red Sox if you were picking
All right.
one. But there's so many good rivalries.
So before we start our game, let's talk about the other games that were on earlier today. The Detroit Tigers beat the Cleveland Guardians behind Tarek Skubal today, 2-1. Did you watch any of that game, Cheese?
I did caught. I kind of forgot about it, so I turned it on. I had to keep it muted, but about the fourth inning, I turned it on. But
Mm-hmm.
I had the Tigers winning the series mainly because in the 3-game series, if you have the best starting pitcher, you're probably going to win game one, and that's what
Yes.
happened. And that's why I predicted the Red Sox win the same series as well because they have Crochet. So, but yeah, the Tigers completely collapsed. They had a 15.5 game lead over Cleveland at one point, but they won game one. That's huge. Did you catch it?
I didn't see much of it. I listened to a lot of it on XM satellite radio from my desk at work, but um, it was a big time competitive game. There was some gamesmanship and stuff like that in that game. So I really like it when you can kind of think along, and that's what we'll try to do with this Reds and Dodgers game tonight. We'll try to think along with the managers, and what would we do, and we'll do some different scenarios here. We'll have a little bit of play by play. We'll have possibly a guest or two come on with us, but the majority of the night's going to be myself and Cheese, and we're going to talk about some different things that we see and some different stuff that's going on in Major League Baseball. I'm sure we'll get to a lot of the managers that have been hired and fired and all that kind of stuff. I guess nobody's been hired yet, but I have two of the managerial openings. I'm pretty sure I know who they're going to go to. We'll go over that here in just a little bit. We'll certainly look at the other games. I like. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
This is something we can start off with. Do you like this wild card format where you've got 3 games all in a row, no breaks, and all of them are at whichever team has the better record or whichever team won the division?
Yes and no. I don't like 3-game series. Just the main reason I said if you have like a Paul Skeens or Tarek Skubal, you are probably going to win one of the games, which means the other team has to win the other game. It
Mm-hmm.
makes high-end starting pitching pretty much takes over. So I don't like the 3 games. I do like the team with the better record getting all 3 games at home. I feel like baseball needs to do more for teams to reward teams because you could have a team that wins 104 games play a 7-game series in the ALCS or NLCS against a team that won 86 games, and you play 4 of 7 at home. You won 18 more games than them. You should get 6 or 7 of those games, all of them at home. Like baseball needs to do more. You play such a long season, and the team with the best record just doesn't, to me, get enough of a home field advantage. So I do like that aspect, but I don't like 3-game series. I don't like the expanded playoffs at all. I didn't like the one play-in game either, but 3-game series is just too short for me.
Okay.
What do you think?
Um, I like the expanded playoff. First of all, let's get that one out of the way. Um, I really like the fact that, and here we go, 2 outs here. Boston in the top of the ninth. That's the second one. Now, let me pause this conversation for just a minute because I want you to. Are you watching the game? Are you watching the Yankees Red Sox game too?
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're ahead of me. Um,
So it
what's
just
on the
came back
screen?
from the pretzels.
We should have done this before we went live.
We should have. We probably should have. Um, I
What's
will tell you when I see the first pitch. How about that? So there's
okay?
Bendar on the mound.
Because I have 2 TVs and they're different times, so I
There's
might
the
need to
first
switch to
pitch.
the
Oh,
TV.
lined into left center field.
Okay, so
Trevor Story.
you are definitely ahead of me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna put my other TV on, and we'll then try again. Give me one
Okay,
second.
that's great. So while you're doing all of that, here's something that I noticed on this game, and I'd like to know. We'll go back to our do we like the format and all that stuff here in just a moment, but I noticed. Okay, so David Bendar, are you with me? Cheese, cheese.
Yeah, I need to go like get the other TV set up for 1 second.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, 1 second. One
So
second.
I'll talk. I'll do some play-by-play here of the game. You
Okay.
know when you're back. How
All
about
right.
that?
Let me set
Okay.
it up. 1 sec. Okay.
Yeah. Not that we've got this organized or anything at all, right? Okay. So David Bendar there with the four-seam fastball at 96 mile an hour at the top of the zone, called a ball. So you've got Bregman at the plate. He is 1 for 3 in the series today. Bendar is, of course, from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was acquired by the Yankees at the trade deadline. We got all that going on. He throws over to first. Trevor Story back safely. 1 out, top of the ninth. This will be pitch number 11 from David Bendar here momentarily. So Alex Bregman is the third hole hitter for the Boston Red Sox. Bendar with the pitch. 97 mile per hour strike at the bottom of the zone that Bregman fouls off. The count remains 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like they're given a little bit more of a leeway when the batter kind of goes out of the box. They're not necessarily doing the pitch count or the pitch clock there. I'm seeing a little bit here, so I kind of like it in the playoffs. There he goes, Story for second to throw down, and they said he's safe. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to watch a replay here in just a moment. That was a very close play at second base. It was a little hard for Wells to get it. It was a splitter. He delivers a really nice pitch down. Nope, that was the correct call. They're showing it on replay. Jazz Chisholm gets the ball, is in perfect position. 1 foot on the outside of the bag, giving Story a clear lane to slide into the bag, but he got the throw and tags the runner, but he got his hand in there before Chisholm's multicolored glove got down on his forearm there. So now we've got a runner in scoring position, Trevor Story. You've got 2 outs, and they are reviewing this in New York. Looks like the Yankees have called it. The call on the field was safe, so there's going to have to be clear evidence in order to overturn it. I do not think there will be here, as they're showing multiple replays of it here. Once again, we are with you live. Cheese is doing a couple of things off the spot there. That's why you see the circle that looks like almost like an 8-ball there in pool. He's doing a couple of things. We're trying to get televisions synced up here so we can do this simultaneously and pretty straightforward for everybody here. So the call stands. Trevor Story is safe. New York does lose their challenge. So you've still got the same batter, same pitcher. You've got Bregman at the plate. He's got a 2-ball, 1-strike count on him. Pitch number 13 from Bendar. Ooh, on the outside, called a strike. That call could have went either way. So now 2-2. And the Yankee faithful are rising to their feet as we've got 2 outs and now 2 strikes here in this top of the 9th inning. Bendar pitches. It's a bloop foul just off to the left-hand side of home plate from the umpire's left. Bregman gathering his bat back up. He's got a ton of tape on that bat. White gloves. He wears 2 batting gloves. Wears 2 white sleeves. And the white tape on that bat is almost up to the trademark, it looks like. There's a ton of tape on that bat.
Can you hear me?
All right. Oh, there's a nice rocket. That's going to drop over into the left field corner. 1 hops the wall. Throw back into second base, and Bregman has a 103.1 mile per hour exit velocity pitch off the left field wall Cody Bellinger had no chance to get it whatsoever. Trevor Story scores from second base, and now Boston leads 3-1 over the New York Yankees here in Game 1 of their best-of-3 series. Cheese, you back with us, buddy?
Can you hear me?
I can.
I'm
I'm
back
so
with
glad
you.
that I can hear you, by the way.
So I was experimenting. This is weird. So I was about 4 or 5 seconds behind you.
Okay.
So I turned on the right TV, I had the left TV on, and that was a second behind that one. But I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That TV is usually ahead. So I reset them both,
Okay.
and now I'm about 2 seconds behind you on the right TV. So
All right.
that's the best we're probably going to do. So I'm about 2 seconds behind you, but that's fine.
All right. Sounds good. So it looks like there's going to be a pitching change, which I'm a little surprised at. Okay, so I want you to watch this for a second. I don't know if we're going to see David Bendar or not, as everything's being switched out here. I wanted to ask you. So David Bendar was acquired from the Yankees at the trade deadline, and if you look at his glove, he still has his Pittsburgh Pirates glove because the Pittsburgh Pirate emblem was still on his black glove in the bright yellow stitching.
Yeah.
If you're a Yankee fan, if you're a Yankee player, if you're, involved in them whatsoever, are you okay with him wearing his old glove from his old team while he plays for your new team?
They just want to win games. They just want to win. Honestly, I don't think. I mean, I'm not a Yankees fan. I will never be. I cannot get into the head of those crazy people. But I think they just want to win. The funniest thing about Bednar, do you remember when he was first traded and his first outing was an
No, I can't
absolute
say that I do.
disaster? Like he was just his first outing, God, can I pull up his game logs? He was an absolute disaster. They lost some game. They traded for like 4 people at the deadline, and all 4 had like horrible games, a bad error. All the pitchers blew it, and they lost a game to the Marlins. Like everyone they traded for right after the deadline just were horrible. Let me pull it up here.
Okay.
Deadline. Yeah, so they lost 13-12 to the Marlins. Bednar 1 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. I'm gonna pull up the full box score. I can't remember who made the error, but somebody they acquired.
All right, let me update you. They got Tim Hill in now, 3.09 ERA in 67 innings. He's only got a 14% strikeout rate, but he has a below average walk rate, which is 6%. The average is 8. So you're going to not walk as many people, but not strike out as many people. And of course, he's going up against Lowe, who, in my opinion, has the worst mustache in Major League Baseball. So Nathaniel Lowe tonight's 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Not great. Jake Bird was the other pitcher. Third of an inning, 4 earned runs, and they lost 13-12 to Marlins. Yankees fans are freaking out because all the people they traded for were a disaster. But that's when you said David Bednar. That's what I remember. I remember watching MLB Tonight the day after the deadline and seeing how bad all the Yankees and the Yankees fans on X were freaking out. It was so funny.
That would be funny. So it's supposed to be roughly about 8 minutes away from the start time of the game that we are going to do. I don't know how ESPN is going to do this. I'm really probably looking up a little too much, paying attention. There was a third out in the inning. You got Goldschmidt, Judge, and Bellinger are the 3 batters that are going to be up here in the bottom of the 9th. I guess if you want 3 guys, those are the guys you want. Goldschmidt today is 1 for 3, as well as Judge, and then Bellinger is 0 for 3. But they've still got a chance, right? They still have a chance.
I mean, I want Judge. That's who I want up, of course, more so than the other 2.
Thank you for reposting the stream, Ricky. We appreciate it, buddy. Feel free to jump on if you want. Let me know if you want to jump on, by the way.
Yeah, anyone wants to jump on, baseball fan, let us know. We'll vet you, of course. I have some friends I'd let on and some friends I absolutely would not let on.
Of course.
I have some friends that are big baseball fans, but they're too drunk right now, so they're probably drinking. So no way.
They probably are, especially if they're your friends. Oh
Yeah,
man, so the Yankees game has gone to commercial, like we said. So what do you think about the pitching matchup tonight on the game that we are going to be calling, which is Blake Snell? He is. Oh wow, let me see here. I thought I had that pulled up. I guess I did not. Blake
he's been
Snell.
hurt a lot this year. I
He has
noticed
been hurt a lot.
he's not
32
pitched
years
much.
old. He's 5-4 in the regular season, 2.35 ERA. He's only been in 11 games. He started all 11 of them. And to your point, 61 and one third inning pitched, has 72 strikeouts though in that 61 and one third inning pitch. So yeah,
I mean, he's won the Cy Young. I'm pretty sure. I just said
he
that and I realized
has.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. He's an absolute stud. His field independent pitching is 2.7. Sometimes when a guy has a 2.3 ERA, sometimes okay, well, he just gets kind of lucky. But no, he's really good. His 2023 season was incredible. But really good lefty. This probably going to be a low scoring game. You never know. It's the postseason, but
Mm-hmm.
Snell, he's so tough. And I should have looked it up, and I thought about it. The stats: Dodgers versus righties and Reds versus lefties. I should have looked it up, but I didn't.
Well, the Reds don't do really well against lefties. I can tell you
Okay,
from watching a ton of the
I
games.
knew
So
you would know. I knew you would
so
know.
now you got to
Okay.
roll this Chapman in. He a 98 mile per hour fastball at Aaron
Yeah,
Judge's ankles.
yeah, he got the last out in the last inning, I
Yes.
believe. And yeah,
I'm sorry, that was Goldschmidt, not Aaron Judge. I'm sorry.
Hunter Green. I mean, you know more about him than I
Oh,
do, so I could talk about him, but you can probably tell me more. But
sure. Hunter Green is 7-4.
Go ahead.
So
Yeah,
his ERA is 2.76. Really right on par with Blake Snell's. He started 19 games this season. He pitched 107 and two thirds innings with 132 strikeouts and a WHIP under one at 0.94. So Hunter Green is actually from Sherman Oaks, California, as well. He went to Notre Dame High School. So I don't know if you saw on our X account late last night or early this morning, however you were in whatever time zone you were in, there's a blue pit that falls in front of the right fielder for Paul Goldschmidt. So 1 on, nobody out after the ninth pitch here in the bottom of the ninth. Game one, Boston up 3-1. Yankees
it,
are threatening at home. Go ahead, sir.
it's one of those plays that if you don't strike out, if you just put the ball in play, something like that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a veteran hit by Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah, maybe he does that and it gets caught, but if you swing and miss, you can't do that. Put the ball in play, see what happens. The tying run
There we go.
is at
Another
the
hit.
plate. Yeah,
Not anymore. He's on first base.
yeah.
Up the middle by Aaron Judge. Not trying to do too much on that particular swing. He was not trying to jack something over the fence. He saw it, bat to ball, connected up the middle. So now we got 2 on. I mean, the exit velocity for that one was still 116.1 miles an hour. So it's not like he only half swung or anything, but that ball was flying up the middle there. So now we've
It,
got Cody Bellinger up to bat. Of
it seemed like
course,
he
he
was
is
just trying to get a first pitch strike. He was assuming Judge,
yeah.
who takes a lot of pitches, was just going to take it. It was a get over strike, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
take it.
Roldis Chapman now for about to do his 11th pitch of the inning. Cody Bellinger hits one into left center field, and it drops for a hit. So
Unbelievable.
now we're going to have bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the ninth with
Unbelievable.
the Yankees down 2, and the crowd really is getting into it. As well they should. It's in Yankee Stadium.
I'm getting a text about Chapman not doing well. Thank you. I know.
Right?
My
Thanks
phone
for
is
that great
buzzing. Chapman
insight.
is sucking. He sucks.
No, he doesn't suck. They're
Well, he's
just
sucking
swinging
right
at the
now.
strikes.
This is a problem. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Obviously, they're going to play double play depth. But once again, Bellinger, he didn't do much with it. Put the ball in play. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Don't strike out. And he does not strike out much. Completely different person was in LA. When he was the Dodgers, he struck out a ton. He goes to the Cubs and the Yankees, and now he hardly ever strikes out. He completely changed as a hitter, and it's saved his career. But yeah, Hunter Green, I remember was drafted second overall, and it's really risky to take high school pitching that high. It's so risky, but my God, he's got stuff. He he misses so many bats.
He does. I love Hunter Green.
He misses so many bats.
Sticking with the Boston Yankee game here, there's the first pitch to Giancarlo Stanton. It's about a half swing at 100 mph at the very top of the zone. So 0-1 is the count.
Probably would have been a ball. So that's unfortunate for Giancarlo. By the way, I mean, I still call him Mike. Mike Stanton. That's what he came up as. So that's what I call him.
Back when he was with the Florida Marlins.
Yeah. Miami Marlins now.
Yeah, I was going to say Miami Marlins at that point. Yep.
San Diego Chargers. You say that all the time.
Yeah. So now Stanton is down 0-2.
You're exactly 2 seconds ahead of me. He's got good numbers with the bases loaded.
He does. He does have great numbers with the bases loaded. Fouls back another one at 101.
Why are you throwing the ball down the middle 0-2?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing, especially not to this guy.
I mean, that was almost 5-3. I mean, this guy can hit the ball probably as far as anyone in baseball. He probably has the most raw power of anyone in baseball.
You know, this is really, I don't want to say it's weird. So Stanton takes his timeout, right? But he doesn't get out of the box. He doesn't move. He stays in there and is ready to go. I'm watching so I've got this one here, and then I've got game day on the computer. He strikes out swinging for the first out of the inning.
When you throw a 92-mile slider, that's crazy. His slider's 92.
Right.
We were like younger. Well, you were much younger, but like, you're much older.
Thanks.
But anyway, remember when you 95-mile fastball was like so fast? 98 was insane. And now the people are throwing 92 to 94-mile sliders. Crazy.
All right. So let me tell you right now, I do not like this whatsoever, because now this is the same thing that I didn't like with Monday Night Football last night when we were doing it. 2 games at the same time. So they're doing this game, you've got Yankees, Red Sox over here in dramatic fashion with the bases loaded and 0-1 count here to Jazz Chisholm Jr., but they're already starting the other game in L.A. Why can't they wait 10 minutes and allow the baseball fans to watch both games in their entirety?
I don't know. So are they putting it on a different channel? Because I have 2 TVs.
I do not know. I'm watching the game day cast on the computer too.
Okay.
So there's already 2 pitches here to TJ Friedl leading off. He's got a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, NFL is better about that. Or is it college football? Yeah, college football is better about that than anything. They'll delay the game 10 minutes if needed, but
so TJ Friedl strikes out swinging in the first plate appearance of the game for the Cincinnati Reds. So we'll keep you updated on both games. For those of you who are like, well, why aren't you guys doing the podcast tonight? We kind of sort of are. We're just doing it within the Reds and Dodgers game. Like we said, the Yankees game is in the bottom of the 9th. You got bases loaded, 1 out. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has a no-ball, 2-strike count, and he reaches for one, lines it into right center field. It's going to be caught, but the runner is going to tag.
He is
not.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, he might have been. Goldschmidt's not very fast, so.
At the same point, I mean, I guess you don't really want to do, that run
His
really
run
doesn't matter a whole lot, right?
His run does not matter, so don't risk it. Yeah, the runner in second judge is the run that matters. Yeah.
And since that would have been the fly ball out, that would have been the second out. Then if they'd have thrown him out at home, that'd have been the 3rd out of the inning, and the game would be over. So I guess I understand why you didn't do that.
So Marte has flied out.
Yes.
So okay, you're about to say that.
That's okay. I was about to say it, but you got me. You're good.
The 2 quick outs for the Cincinnati Reds. And we're going to have to talk about the Reds and what an unbelievable finish. And I mean, the Mets gave them a lot of help, but we'll talk about it as we go tonight.
We certainly will.
Mets
Grissom
at one
today
point.
is center
Go ahead.
fielder for the Yankees. He's 0 for 3 in the 6th hole here. So now you've got your 6th-hole batter up. Bases are still loaded. You've not scored, but now there's 2 outs.
They're just so late on his 100-mile fastball. If he's 98, they could hit it. They just can't catch up to it. And I remember when he was with the Cubs and he played for the Yankees, played for a lot of teams, but he's just so tough.
It's a great inside fastball that they did not call a strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike.
That would have probably been challenged if it's next year.
Yes. We will get into that. I guarantee you we'll get into that before this game is out. But Miguel Andujar has flied out to second base. So there's 3 outs. There's the break in the half inning at Chavez Ravine.
Wow,
87. Between the Dodgers and the Yankees.
Is that a changeup? I think that's a changeup. 87. That wasn't a slider. I don't know what that was. Interesting.
It was a wrinkle. That's what it was.
87. They're calling it a slider here. Yeah, that was a slow slider. This other one was in the 90s. Well,
that's it.
There we go. Yep, that's it. Boston wins game 1.
And now this will be interesting to see how long they stick with this game before they flip it to the other game.
No, just got to go to it. Well, it's commercial. The other game's commercial, so they have like a minute maybe. People are very happy. Hey, look at this. Houston Astros. Look at this. Yes. I think this will help them. Will they get in the postseason now that I wore the shirt? Is that gonna help?
I think you're a little behind on the postseason this year, sir.
Oh, okay. They usually make it, so I assume they did, no?
No, they did not, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people keep texting me. People don't like the Yankees or Dodgers. Those are like the 2 teams.
I think so. Yeah, now we're already starting at Chavez Ravine in the bottom half of the 1st inning. You got Shohei Ohtani up. First pitch to him was a ball, 102.2 from Hunter Green, but it was inside, so Ohtani laid off, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like they're saying goodbye on the screen up here top front of me. Beautiful weather out in the Dodgers, by the way. We'll see it here in a moment. It's
Southern California. I mean, I assume it's great weather.
Yeah.
The Dodgers 1-2-3 is so tough in the 1st inning. Ohtani, Betts, Freddie Freeman, very tough.
So it looks like there's a pitch comm issue here.
I feel like the Reds have probably a deeper lineup, probably better at the bottom, but Dodgers so tough at the top.
So you've got Nick Mallory at the home plate umpire. You got Lance Barrett at first. You got Quinn Walcott at second. And I couldn't catch the rest of them before they clicked them off the screen there. So there's another pitch.
It's not CB Buckner. I'm good. God,
right?
CB Buckner. They usually give him one playoff game for some reason, the first round, and then he's gone. I don't know why, but he might. I didn't check the umpires the other games. There was a big, well, not big. There was a little thing. Did you watch the end of the Cubs-Padres game? Did you watch the 9th?
No, I didn't get to see any of that. I was, some of us have to work besides having to do it at home, sir. But
so do I.
I love the fact that you
can have the
home,
TV
man.
on. I can have it muted. I can have the TV on while I work. I work from home, so. But the Cubs, there was the pitcher stepped off, and so the hitter assumed it was Xander Bogaerts, I believe, assumed that he wasn't going to step back on it, and he stepped back on. He's about to throw again, and then they were going to give him a strike because he didn't get back in the batter's box. It was kind of a mess.
Yeah,
and finally they finally said you can have a timeout, and then the crowd booed. No, it should be a strike. It was a mess.
Well, yeah, I think that's the first time I'd ever seen 6 umpires meet about a strike call.
Okay, so you did see it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the replay and I was listening to it on the way home from work. But,
okay. So you did see it.
Uh-oh. It's 1-0. That didn't
I
take
mean,
long.
he just absolutely killed that pitch. Was that 100 mile an hour
Yeah, it looked like it
fastball?
was
But low and in. Lefties love it low and in.
mhm.
Yep.
So now, is this
Poor
the move?
placement. Just
I
a
mean,
poor
nobody's
placement there.
given. I'm sorry, sir. Nobody's given the Reds a chance as it is, right? So first pitch, first batter, boom. Exit velocity 117.7 and went 375 feet. Did that Otani home run?
Hey,
Boom. Yeah, that was
nowhere to go
almost
up from
center
here,
cut,
Reds.
to be honest.
No way, nowhere to go up from here. I'm gonna send you something. I
Sure.
totally you you just made me think of it. ESPN, who's terrible, they
Yes, that's why
did
103 people are with us right the moment watching us because ESPN's terrible. Yes.
there was a panel done by all like their 25 baseball people, and they picked every series. Of the 25
There's a
people that
single by Mookie Betts.
picked the series, that pitch was it was up and over the plate. How
Hmm.
many do you think picked the Reds to win the first round of the 25?
Out of the 25, I'm going to guess 3.
That's way too high for the Reds. One.
1.
The one. It's not like the Dodgers have been the dominant Dodgers.
No, they're not.
That's Reds did finish the season well. Little surprised. I thought it'd at least be like you said. I thought it'd be 4 or 5, but like here's an example: 15 people picked the Padres, 10 picked the Cubs, right? Um, 18 picked the Yankees, 14 picked the Tigers, 11 picked the Guardians. So the rest of them were fairly close, uh, but 24-1. That's crazy. I'm curious who did pick the Reds, and if the Reds do win the series, I would like to know who did that. But I'm sure it was not Jessica Mendoza.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. So we're pitching to Freddie Freeman here. Slider swung through for a strike, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hunter
That was a
Green is
really
about
good
to throw
pitch.
his 10th pitch of the inning.
That was a really good pitch.
It was. Green's a
Freddie
really
Freeman doesn't
good,
look
and
that bad usually.
no. This is why I give the Reds a chance in these games. They've got really good starting pitching as Freddie Freeman drills one out to deep left center, caught about 2 steps in front of the warning track by Austin Hayes, throws the ball back in. Mookie Betts retreats back to first out of the inning.
They put a lot of draft capital into pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And, they just took the Wake Forest guy last year. His name escapes me. But when they pick high, they take pitching. And a lot of teams go bats.
By the way.
Yes. And a lot of teams go bats because the bats, it's safer. It's less likely to bust. So, but the Reds are like, no, we want pitching. We want to dominate on the mound. And Andrew Abbott, I remember watching him at UVA.
Mm-hmm.
He was a stud. I watched some college baseball. My dad actually is a Virginia alum, so he loves watching, UVA baseball. So I watched him with him, and yeah, I'm shocked. I think he fell the second round, but he's been a stud. Is he pitching game 2? I don't even know.
No, Andrew Abbott will pitch game 3.
Game 3, okay.
Zach Littell is going to start game 2. They picked up Zach Littell from the Tampa Bay Rays.
If necessary, unless the Reds win the first 2 games, then he just doesn't have to pitch.
Right. I mean, I'm really am. I'm giving as we see Max Muncy here. He's no ball, 2 strike count, getting back into the box there. 243 average for the regular season is Max Muncy. We got Hunter Green here delivering pitch number 13. Here it comes. Foul ball off to the right. So account stays 0-2.
That was
Max Muncy much better against right-handers, 267 than he is against left-handers at $157. We were talking about that earlier. Who's better against rights and lefts and all of that.
Wow, 90-mile-an-hour slider. Still insane to me. That was 90-mile-an-hour slider.
There we go. Punches him out.
Okay, got him. That's just a beautiful pitch, Bond. There's nothing he can do. He can't catch up to it. That's just a perfect pitch.
Well, no, and honestly, even if he does hit it, he's more than likely going to roll it over. So, I mean, it's just going to be a ground ball anyway. I guess the I guess if you do hit it, there's a chance you're going to get an error on the play, but there's nothing else you can do with that pitch. It's a beautiful pitch by Hunter Green.
If he can place lower part of the outside corner all day long, he's going to be fine, even though he's given up a run.
Teoscar Hernandez passed that shortstop between short and third hole there. So now we've got 2 on.
It's not
Two
like,
out.
besides the
Bottom of the
Ohtani hit, it's not like they're just killing it. The other 2 singles, they're just found good spots. So it's not like he's not struggling or anything.
No, not at all.
That's just a ground ball that just was a perfect spot.
Now it's going to be, can the Reds get some of those?
I'm going to look up some more stats because I know you love stats.
I do. Tommy Edmonds now up to bat. Batting from the left-hand side of the plate as well. No ball, 1 strike count. Hunter Green throwing his 16th pitch of the inning right by him at a 101 up in the zone. 0-2.
101 used to be a closer only.
Yeah, that used to be reserved for guys like we were watching at the beginning, like Chapman. That's what that was reserved for, and that was it. So Edmund called his timeout, backed out of the plate. Now he's back into the box. Stevenson behind the plate's giving the signal through the pitch comm to Hunter Green, and here comes the pitch. Fouls off to the left. Count remains 0-2.
Baseball.
They are getting Hunter Green's pitch count up a little bit here, though. He's approaching 20 pitches here in this opening inning.
Well, the bullpen's rested.
It's true, but I'd much rather have Hunter Green go 7 or 8 than I would him only going 5 or 6, and there he blows a fastball past him.
Sure. It kind of worried me a little with the Cubs game, but the bullpen for the Cubs was outstanding today.
It was today.
Absolutely.
It was. I was looking at numbers. Outstanding today. Now, the question is, do you think they can keep that up with the bullpen that the Cubs have?
Well, from what I've seen the last 6 weeks or so, yes. I mean, if you can bring in Daniel Palencia in like the 5th inning, he pitched the 5th and 6th, or part of the 5th and the rest of the 6th. If you can bring him, he throws 102. That's good. That's really good. So, yeah, the bullpen just kind of worried me. They have depth. They have bullpen depth. It worried me that they wouldn't have enough guys that miss bats, but they absolutely did today. So, they looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to know if the pitching is really what's going to make this series, at least in this game 1, let me give you these stats from the first inning. So Hunter Green threw 20 pitches. 17 of them were strikes. Blake Snell threw 7 pitches in his inning, and 5 of them were strikes. So we're going to get a fast-paced, strike-thrown game all day long, at least while those starters are in there.
So ChatGPT just is terrible. I'm asking for these stats, and they're not giving them to me. They're not. ChatGPT is not answering the question.
Oh no, I hate that. ChatGPT is letting you down.
Well, I'll say this: the only thing they've done good is the Reds hit 231 against lefties and 254 against righties.
Yeah.
So that's 23-point difference. So that's significant.
It is.
Okay.
So we talked about it earlier. Let me run you down the umpires for the game here. The Dodgers are already in front of the Reds after an inning of play, 1-0. The umpires behind home plate would be Nick Mallory. You got first base as Lance Barrett. Second, Quinn Walcott. Your umpire at third base is Alfonso Marquez. In left field, Tripp Gibson. And in right field, you got Ryan Addington. So, of course, for those of you who do not know, we do add an extra umpire for the playoffs. So there are 6 umpires in the playoffs. First pitch to Austin Hayes here by Blake Snell is a curveball taken for a strike. Austin Hayes in a regular season, a .266 batting average with 15 home runs and 64 RBIs. Pitch number 2, over to third base, gobbled up by Max Muncy. The throw across is in time. 1 out here in the top of the second. Blake Snell wears number 7, has the long sleeve blue shirt underneath the traditional white outfit that the Dodgers are wearing. He's got a four seam changeup and curveball and a slider every once in a while. Nobody hits over 250 off of any of those pitches off Blake Snell. The first pitch,
except for the fastball, the four-seam fastball, but you have to throw it because it plays. Yeah, everything plays off of that.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Reds are 5 games under 500 versus lefties and 10 games over 500 versus righties.
Okay, so tell me that again. How many?
Okay.
What were they against the lefties? Under?
They're 5 games under 500 against lefties, and 10 games over 500 against righties. You're absolutely right. You nailed it. They hit righties much better.
Mm-hmm. And that stat that you just gave really tells the story more than like batting average against or anything. Can you win the game, right?
Yeah. So interesting when you see that big a difference. It's like a 15-game difference.
Mm-hmm.
You're the general manager. You're already thinking the off season. Okay, we need to get better against left-hand pitching.
Right.
When they make an acquisition, if they go after a bat, we need to hit lefties better. Because yes, there are more right-hand pitchers for sure, but you're going to face some really good lefties in the postseason.
So while we were talking there, we got Spencer Steer made the second out of the inning on a fly ball to left. Now you've got Ellie De La Cruz.
Love watching him play.
I wish he'd cut down on his errors at shortstop. He takes a few too many chances for me, but
he's by far their best player for WAR, their position player by far.
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No balls, 2-strike count to Ellie De La Cruz. Here's a 15th pitch by Blake Snell. Down and in on a curveball that Ellie does not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Boy, that curveball for Snell just drops out of sight.
And if you can recognize it and you don't chase it, they should be okay. Unless he does that. So that one, you started a little outside, and it came back over the plate, drops right into the strike zone for strike 3. So the half inning is over. The Reds do not get a hit.
Ellie De La Cruz, 22 homers, 37 stolen bases, league average walk rate. Yeah, he's just a good player. You don't love his defense, but well, he's got good range. It's not like his range.
It's not that I don't like his defense. Like I said, he takes too many chances. He thinks he's Superman sometimes, and he goes and gets stuff that he shouldn't be going after, and he tries to throw the ball 300 mile an hour across the diamond, and he sails it above the first baseman's head, and things like that. Just small little things that I think he'll learn as he plays and gets more experience in the big leagues. But right at the moment, I mean, he's got, I believe, 25 errors at shortstop, and I know he has the most errors at shortstop of any shortstop in the National League. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So he needs to kind of calm that down.
And Keybron Hayes at third probably has 2.
Yes. Fantastic. I mean, I know, so that's kind of the yin and the yang with this team, right? So you've got a guy in Keybron Hayes at third base, tons of defense, nothing's going to get past him, but when he's at the plate, a lot of stuff gets past him because he's not a very good hitter. So Ellie De La Cruz more of a hitter at the plate, but his defense lacks a little bit. So, can you live with one and not the other?
Keybron Hayes, I haven't looked this year, but he's had years we had negative offensive WAR, but he's got a 2 or 3 win player because of his defense. Because his defense is so amazing that he's a 2 or 3 win player. I like that move at the deadline. I still think there's some offense in there, and that's why I like the move. Like, get him on another team. Maybe the bat can come alive, because he hit pretty well in the minors when he was with the Pirates organization.
Right. They ended up giving him a huge contract.
A long-term deal. One of those team friendly if he plays well, but he just never hit.
Yeah, I've got this stuff all around me. I'm having to move stuff around a little bit. I am really right hand dominant. I'm figuring out by doing this game cast here, where I've got all some of the things on the left side. There's a ground ball from Pajes to shortstop Ellie De La Cruz we were just talking about, and he throws him out for the first out of the
He's
bottom of
got
the
a
second.
cannon. He's got an absolute cannon.
Wow, there's an awful stat. Postseason wins since 2013. The Dodgers have 64, and the Cincinnati Reds have none.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in when I was a little kid, a wee lad, these were two of the best teams in baseball. You know, you had the Oral
Mm-hmm.
Horseshoe teams, the Jose Rio teams. You know, that was a little cheese. You know, these were two really good teams. They were winning World Series, both of them.
There's a bloop in the center field that TJ Friedel plays on the hop. Back into Matt McLean at second base for Kike Hernandez.
What do
So
you
he
think of
now
Friedel?
resides at first.
What do you think of Friedel? He's not talked about a lot. The national baseball media. I watch MLB Network a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really talk about him a lot, but he's a good player.
Well, he's a very good defensive player. Hang on, we got. Let's see the. Oh yeah, thanks, JC. Appreciate you. And we got over 120 people with us right now. You guys comment all you want. Ask us questions. We're here's Ben. We don't really know how to say his last name. He's up the bat, catcher for
That guy.
Los Angeles Dodgers. He's
Yeah.
trying to bunt. And
See, Will Smith is so easy to say. If it was Will Smith, that's very easy.
right.
You know, just hope that umpire's not Chris Rock.
So yeah, like I say, feel free to ask us any questions while we're going along. You see something you don't like, you see something you want to comment on, feel free. Go right ahead. That's what we're here for. We are here for you guys. And again, he's trying to bunt, puts the ball down. He gets it to Green. Green flips to McLean covering at first base for the out, and they move the runner Kike Hernandez to second.
I get you're not the best hitting catcher, but I hate sacrificing with one out. I hate sacrificing pretty much anyway, especially with one out. You're just giving yourself up. Yeah, you want to steal a double play, sure, but I hate that play.
So then, if you're the manager, this will be one of our first things we'll talk about here. So if you're the manager, you got Ohtani up the bat here against Hunter Green. So if you are in that spot, it's not like Kike Hernandez is slow. Wouldn't you rather have him? Wouldn't you rather have him try to steal and possibly get thrown out than do the whole sacrifice then?
Yes, absolutely. That's the play. And okay, yeah, Ohtani's on deck. We can get him a second. But what if the catcher starts with an R? What if he doubles? What if he singles? What if he homers? You've taken that chance out of there. You've given yourself up. And with one out, now there's two out. So Ohtani pretty much has to get a hit to score him. If Ohtani walks, he doesn't score. If Ohtani gets out, he doesn't score. So I don't like giving up outs. I don't like sack bunting with nobody out. With one out, I absolutely hate that. And I think in the regular, for some reason, and the postseason happens, everybody just changes. The starter after 4 innings, let's just take him out. Oh my God, he gave up a hit. Oh, let's just take him out. Or let's just try to play for 1 run. All of a sudden, the postseason, everything changes. Makes no sense to me. The Cubs did that. They sacrificed bunt in the 8th inning. It actually worked out. They got an extra insurance run, but they sacrificed bunted in the 8th inning. Got Dansby Swanson to second. But if it went for a wild pitch, they don't score. He gets to third, and then Nico Horner hits a sac fly. So they got lucky. But I'm not a big fan of small ball.
So 2-2 count to Shohei Ohtani. That pitch sails way outside at 89.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. So, yes, I will agree here, JC. Managers overthink everything. That seems to be really bad in the postseason. And then he also talked about Friedel's defense. Oh, froze him. Doesn't matter.
Just he perfect placement again. He's just he's given up 1 run, but he's in 4 hits, but he's really pitching well.
And it's like you said, it's not like they're killing him. Some of those hits
Yeah.
were more of the seeing eye single part. So yeah.
He made one mistake. He made one mistake, really, and it did cost him, but that was a
And then
great
he
pitch.
came back and struck out the guy he made the mistake to. So he made sure he didn't make
Yep,
that mistake again.
correct.
So yes, as JC's saying here, we'll go back to a couple of these comments here. Friedel's defense is great, but his bat's inconsistent. Um, yes, but he's not like a slugger or anything. He's a leadoff guy,
He
and
walk
he could
has
have
a high walk percentage. Yes. Mhm,
correct.
mhm. Not going to slug much. Yeah. Uh, but he does his job. He gets on base, plays defense. He's a good player, not a great player, but he's a good player. But
Yes.
no one ever talks about him, and I think he's really important part of this team.
So we talked about WAR earlier with Key Brian Hayes. Let's talk about WAR as a stat and what WAR means, right? So first of all, WAR stands for wins above replacement. It tries to measure or quantify a player's total value to their team. So basically, how many more wins that a player's team accumulates with them on the field as compared to how many they would not accumulate to if he wouldn't be on the field. So, just kind of a little bit of a definition for those of you who might not be into the big stats like some of the rest of us are, but that is what WAR is: wins above replacement.
There's two different wars that I know of. There's regular WAR and there's Fangraph WAR. Regular WAR rewards defense a little bit more. Fangraph WAR, like there were years where Jason Hayward didn't hit anything and would have 4 wins. People were like, well, he was terrible for the Cubs. Like he didn't hit anything, but his defense was so amazing. But yeah, Fangraph WAR is a little bit tougher on the defenses. I like that one a little better. Like defense is great, but at the same time, you have to hit. So there's different types of WAR. It just depends on the, company basically. I'm actually looking at some Fangraph WARs now.
Yeah, I'm doing the same
Dodgers
thing actually.
Dodgers have okay in this game just batters, right?
Okay.
The Dodgers have 1, 2, 3, 6. They have 6 of the top 7 in this game hitters
So Blake Snell starts out with a
in Fangraph WAR.
ball. Now he used to pitch the second pitch, so it's 1-1 on Tyler Stevenson, the 7th hole hitter here for the Cincinnati Reds, 231 average for the season. His
Of course,
third
Will
pitch is a
Smith's not
strike
playing.
to him as well.
Will Smith's not playing, so okay, 5 of the top 5 of the top 6.
Stevenson taking his time out there.
Of course, Ohtani is the highest WAR. Mookie Betts has a 10% strikeout percentage. That is so incredible. 10% of the time he strikes out. That's insane. Like 18-19 is good for a slugger. For example, Freddie Freeman strikes out 20% of the time. If Freddie Freeman doesn't strike out, that's crazy. Freddie Freeman strikes out twice as much as Mookie Betts.
Now, see, this is a little interesting to me. Blake Snell, who there he gets a swing and a miss from Tyler Stevenson on the pitch before. He was really being demonstrative to the home plate umpire, basically saying, that was a strike, and there was all kinds of body language. I think they're going to replay the swing and miss there for you, but
it was a great pitch. But Tyler Stevenson, he does strike out a lot. That's kind of his thing. But he will swing and miss.
If you're wondering, it says Zilla on Blake Snell's glove. He is it's one of his nicknames. Now here is Key Brian Hayes. 5 home runs, only 49 RBIs at a 235 batting average for him. But like we said, he makes up for a lot of that in the field. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
And he's got a 10% walk rate. So I like that. If you're not going to hit, at least, taking some pitches, take some walks. And he's hitting 235. It's not like he's a 190 hitter.
Yeah, so even if you look at a guy like Aaron Judge, right? So his WAR is 9.7. He has the highest offensive WAR in the game. no surprise, right? So his offensive WAR, as you were talking about, you've got offensive WAR, you've got defensive WAR. So his is 9.4 as far as offensive WAR, but he's a negative half, negative zero point 0.5 as Ke'Bryan Hayes grounds out to second base and is thrown out for out number 2. So I mean, yes, you can have different WAR types.
Yeah. Who do you think is the highest Cub Fangraph WAR without cheating?
Oh, I was going to say you want me to go without cheating. Let me think about this a second. So I'll look up at the screen and not cheat because I have it in front of me as well. There's a ground ball laced down the third base line. It's going to rattle
Oh,
around in the left field corner. McLean up to second with a double. Gives the roll of the dice and the motorcycle pump there as he gets into second base with 2 outs on pitch number 26 from Blake Snell. So the highest WAR for a Cub. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be like Horton's probably not going to be in it.
It's not a pitcher. And this was easy to me. I would have guessed this. This is really easy for me.
So I'm trying to decide if I want to say Nico Horner or if I want to say your right fielder that you got from the Astros. Because I'm thinking it's one of those 2 guys. I'm going to go Nico Horner because of his defense.
So they're both incorrect. Nico Horner hit 7 home runs all year. He's around a league average hitter, maybe slightly above. Kyle Tucker missed time and didn't have the typical Kyle Tucker year, so both are incorrect.
All right, so go ahead and tell me who it is. Here is
Pete Crow Armstrong. Hands down.
You know what? Yeah, that was kind of dumb. I should. Yeah.
Nico Horner was second, actually. Nico Horner was second because of Armstrong's defense at center field. He's going to win the Gold Glove. His defense just propelled him. He did struggle with the bat in the second half, but he had a great first at with the bat. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's just a little guy. I remember watching him in the Arizona Fall League, which I can't wait to start doing here in a week or two when the Arizona Fall League starts up down here again. I've been really close to him. Like, he looks like a toothpick. He is a really small guy.
He's gotten a little bigger, but
well, it doesn't. I guess my point is it doesn't surprise me that he wore down in the second half because of how slight in stature he is.
Yeah, he needs to work on pitch recognition, and he's too much of a free swinger, and they started taking advantage of that. But
all right, so the curveball misses from Blake Snell there. So now we've got 2 on. He walks TJ Friedel. We were just talking about, and they're playing right into our hands here as we're talking about WAR and getting on base, and so there you go. TJ Friedel takes his walk.
Do you know who the I won't even. You can guess if you want. I'm shocked at who the Braves WAR leader is. I would not have guessed him.
So for those of you who are with us and you're not big on what Cheese is talking about, he's like, why in the world are you talking about the Braves for? You're doing a game for the Reds and the Dodgers and I understand you're talking about the Cubs because they're in the playoffs, but Cheese has 2 teams like a lot of us do. His 2 teams are the Cubs and the Braves. So when you're looking at stats like that, you want to make sure you get both the teams that you like really well. So let's think about this for a moment. It better not be Ozuna because I can't stand that guy.
Okay, no, he had a terrible year.
Yeah,
terrible.
Slider down and in from Blake Snell to Noelvi Marte, who has been used to play third base for them, and now is in right field. So for the season with runners in scoring position, though, Noelvi Marte a .287 hitter. Hopefully he can get something done here for us as he is standing in the dish waiting on the delivery from Snell. He swings wildly at a pitch that is down and outside.
All off speed. That looks like a changeup. So it looks like it's sliders and changeups. He's not going to throw a fastball, I don't think.
No, I don't think he will either.
No, it's Matt Olson, actually. Is the highest Brave. Or Acuna missed some time, obviously. But still, I didn't think Olson had the best year.
Yes, but the Braves didn't have the best year, so I guess he had the best year for a team that didn't have the best year.
Yeah, and Austin Riley this time. Austin Riley would have been it, but he got hurt. So that's why. Yeah.
And that
That's a
pitch and that swing shows you an inexperience from a young kid that's coming up to a veteran pitcher. That pitch was like eight eight balls off of the plate, and he still swung at it. Didn't even, he couldn't have hit that pitch with a ironing board, for God's sake. Never mind a
was that
baseball
a
bat.
curveball? I don't know what that was. It was so slow. It's just he wasn't going to throw a fastball, and he knew
No,
he didn't have to.
and you know what you just said is 100% right. He knew he didn't have to. Why give in to somebody when you don't have to, especially when they swing at a pitch like that? So
You know who the most underrated player in baseball is, according to WAR? It's your boy too.
I'm not sure what that means.
She likes popcorn.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Yes, she does. Especially the one that tastes like the movie one.
Hmm.
There's a guy named, well, his initials are GP, and he had a really good year. And
Oh,
we've talked
Geraldo
about him.
Perdomo.
He's, according to Total War, he's the most underrated player in baseball. But yeah, Geraldo Perdomo is an incredible player. And what's crazy is, according to Fangraph War, Arizona has number 5 and 7 player. Or no, 5 and 8. Corbin Carroll is 8.
And then Ketel Marte has got to be at least in the top 25 as well. So
Let's see. And you know what? He's not listed top 30.
really, I'm surprised.
Well, let me see. Let me go to the next page. Well,
Now,
I
here
mean,
we go.
let's be honest. The bullpen was the big problem for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They'd be
Oh,
playing
yeah.
today if it wasn't for the bullpen.
Yes, they blew 28 saves.
He's 33rd.
Okay.
Nick Kurtz is 34th. Nick Kurtz played maybe 55, 60% of the season. First baseman for the Athletics, but he's so good.
He is.
He had some amazing games this year. He is so good. 4th overall pick out of Wake Forest last year. Holy crap, he's good.
This is something else that I can't stand that ESPN's doing right now. Yeah, let's in the middle of a game, let's go over and talk to the manager. And oh, come on, people, leave the guy alone. Let the guy do his job. Let him manage a game. You want to talk to him? He'll be there. When the game's done, you can ask him anything you want.
I completely agree with everything you just said. I have nothing else to add. You said it great.
Of course, again, Diamondbacks bullpen was brutal. Absolutely, JC. And they did announce yesterday that. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Well, if the bullpen wasn't so bad, they wouldn't have sold. They might have bought at the deadline, so they might have been even better. Mm-hmm. But they sold because how bad the bullpen was.
And they did announce yesterday, by the way, that Torey Lovullo will be there for next season. They didn't go any further than that, but they did say that he would be there for next season.
I'm going for the Reds because I don't like the Dodgers.
Right. And we're gonna need to talk about that before it's all said and done too, right? So yes, let's talk about that. That's every national media broadcast. I know it is. They mic up the players now. They do all this other sort of stuff, but that just means that they're trying. Oh, there we go. Okay, caught on the warning track by TJ Friedel for the first out.
Didn't quite hit the barrel. Looks like it was a little off the end of the bat. Didn't quite hit the barrel.
I was a little worried off the bat though.
He hung the slider, but luckily it was caught.
So, are the Dodgers now, at least in the National League, are they like public enemy number 1?
Yes.
So have they overtaken the Yankees, you think, for public enemy number 1 in all of baseball?
My sister thinks so.
Well, she's not on the Gamecast. So I don't know if you know that.
She hates the Dodgers so much. Oh, she hates them so much. We'll talk off air why she hates them, but
okay.
Don't want to get into it.
Right.
Something they did something earlier this year that really made her mad, but yeah, I don't know. It's close. I think it's close, and it used to always be the Yankees, but I think it's gotten much closer. But they're definitely one of the most hated teams, and I don't know a single person. I've gotten a lot of texts over the last couple days. I've
Hmm.
messaged friends on X, gotten text. I don't know anyone, not one person going for the Dodgers in this series. Not one. And I know a lot of Cubs fans. They want the Reds to win. So that just tells you.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you usually don't cheer for someone in your own division like that. You're usually trying to get the other team to.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm a Cubs fan, but uh, I don't hate the Reds. I respect the Reds. I respect Joey Votto a lot. I always liked Joey Votto. There's no Ryan Braun on the team. I really don't like the Brewers because they should have just gotten rid of him and they kept him. That I will
Hmm.
never have respect for the Brewers organizations
Yeah.
after that. And they're not the Cardinals. So if it's the Pirates or Reds, absolutely I'll go for them against the Dodgers. Absolutely. Now Mets.
And we
I
talked
also like
about
the
this.
Braves. I'm also a Braves fan, so I don't. Phillies and Mets and Cardinals are just like, and I guess Dodgers now too. Yeah.
So he walks Freddie Freeman on a
Yeah.
3-2 count. So now you
Yeah.
got one on, one out, bottom of the third.
Just a little low. Not the best placement. Just a little higher. He's got him, but that's a, you know,
So I can remember when you're the Braves guy. I remember when Freddie Freeman was going through that whole thing where am I going to sign with the Braves? Am I going to go somewhere else? And then all of a sudden he signs with the Dodgers. I remember not necessarily seeing it live because they don't do like those kinds of things live per se, but I remember when I read it and I was like, oh, really? Freddie Freeman, one of the good guys, is going over to the evil empire? And to be honest with you, I think that was one of those things that gave them an uptick on the whole evil empire thing when they went out and got Freddie Freeman.
and Otani as well. That that was like, okay, they just got Otani for, just paid him whatever, 700 million.
Mm-hmm.
But the Freddie Freeman thing, he did not want to sign with the Dodgers. He wanted to come back with the Braves. His agent completely screwed him over. His agent, unbeknownst to Freddie, gave the Braves an ultimatum. The Braves offered something like 4 years, like, I don't know the years, but it's like $135 million contract, 140, something like that. And the agent was trying to play the Braves and gave them the ultimatum: you need to come up to this amount, or we're gonna walk or go to another team. And the Braves said, okay, fine, and they traded for Matt Olson. So Freddie Freeman could go back to the Braves. They traded for a first baseman. They said, okay, fine. We're not. I think it was he wanted $180 million. He gets 162 from the Dodgers. So he had to choose. There were like only two or three teams that were willing to offer more than the Braves, and Dodgers were one of them. So he pretty much had to go to the Dodgers. He did not want to leave the Braves, trust me. But his agent, he ended up firing that agent. It was a crazy time.
Yes. So Hunter Green's in a little bit of trouble here. He's walked two, so now we got two on, one out. He's already up to 50 pitches. There's a meeting on the mound, and we're trying to get Hunter Green back on track here as Kike Hernandez, who was already 1 for 1, is going to step up to the plate.
Yeah, he wasn't
That's
really missing by much on a lot of those pitches. It
mm-mm.
just a little off, but Dodgers are very, they're a veteran lineup, very disciplined. Yeah. The thing is with Matt Olson, his first year with the Braves was unbelievable. 54 home runs. I mean, it was incredible. He's not been the player the last 2 years since, but that first year, they didn't miss Freddie at all. But it's such a shame. He would have been up there with like Chipper Jones. As one of like the most beloved Braves ever,
Mm-hmm.
if he had stayed. But
Oh,
just
what are we doing here, Hunter? He yanks a slider, and that poor Tyler Stevenson didn't have a chance at that ball. It gets past him, and the runners move up to both second and third. So again, only got one out. Now we're in real trouble here.
what was the mound visit about?
I don't know, but it didn't work.
It did not. It did not. Oh my gosh.
So that's a wild pitch charge to Hunter Green. And now he spanks the ball That looks like it's gone, and it is a 3-run home run by Teoscar Hernandez. And
He
just
honed
like
that.
that, the Dodgers lead 4-0.
Middle in slider hanger. Just I don't know what happened. He was just missing his spots in this inning. Just
Exit velocity 108.7, and it went 390 feet over the left field fence. Teoscar Hernandez, number 37. And this is for a guy who wants to see the Reds win, who's wearing a Reds jersey here. This is I don't want to say it's insurmountable, but there's a lot of times when the Reds get down like this and they're not coming back from this. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. My phone's going all crazy all of a sudden over here. Yeah, that pitch was up, and
so is mine. Yeah. I know.
So, we're doing all of this live, as all of you know.
Like John Rocker is happy the Mets didn't make the postseason. The Yankees lost. Looks like he's pretty happy on X.
Oh, and Tommy Edman just made things worse.
Yes, he did. And he hasn't been very good this year. He was good for them last year. I don't think he's done crap for them this year. But could be wrong.
And now we're going to get a mound.
Why are they
visit
showing
again.
Jason Bateman? Like nobody cares.
Yeah, but you know how ESPN is. They want to show all the famous people, and
Pick someone better than Jason Bateman. You can do a little better than that. He's done a few movies. He was good in his small part in Dodgeball. God, that's just another poor placement. He's
and
just
it's
not
the
hitting
slider
his
again.
spot.
It looks like.
Yeah. Middle in again. Jason Bateman. What else has he been in? Oh, Horrible Bosses.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
No, not a
First
big Jason Bateman fan. I'm not going to be able to rattle off a bunch of
not
movies.
Either. He was funny in Dodgeball as the commentator. That he was great in that, and that's yeah.
So now you've got Scott Barlow already warming up in the pen. That was if you're watching it on TV on mute like the rest of us are here. There's Ellie De La Cruz gets the ball to short, guns it across to get Pages out. 2 down. That there's an ESPN stat right there. They have an .834 winning percentage when out homering the opponent. It's like saying they've got a really high percentage when they score more runs than the other team. Really?
That's like it's like an NFL. When a team has 2 turnovers more than the opponent, they win 85% of the time. In NFL, when they throw more interceptions than the opponent, you think? Oh, that's funny.
But really and honestly, what that tells me a lot is that they think the general public's stupid.
Yeah. Why does ESPN get these games? Because all their commentators are terrible. I haven't listened to any of them today. I kept everything mute. I have not listened to a single commentator. I got a text from my mom saying Jessica Mendoza was doing the Cubs game, and I said that's fine because it's muted. I can't listen to it anyway. It's no problem. I mean, the DEI hire, I don't have to listen to it.
There's a slider that he got down and away on this 60th pitcher. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Kike Hernandez, who, as we said earlier, is already 1 for 1.
I think they just hope he can finish this inning. I think this is probably it. Might be his last hitter no matter what. It's the bottom of the lineup. But he won't face him a third time through. And there, he missed bad again. He's just not. I don't know what happened. He came out in the third inning. He has not been sharp at all. I think maybe walking Freddie Freeman, he didn't really miss by much. Maybe that just kind of threw him off. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And then there's, I think a lot of things like that. It can trouble somebody. You let it get under your skin. You start getting emotional out there on the mound. I mean, just something like what happened right there. He wasn't paying any attention. Was Hunter Green the umpire came out to throw him the ball back, and Hunter turned his back.
I saw that.
Didn't do it on purpose, but just little things like that can kind of mess with you.
I hope the Reds get back into it because all 3 games have been close so far. That's what you want. It's not fun watching a game where a team's up 5, 6, 7 runs. It's just in postseason baseball, it's just not. But all 3 games at least were competitive.
I don't know if you noticed it, but there it was again. He's frustrated. Hunter Green's frustrated. He had his back to the catcher again while he was trying to throw him the ball back.
He keeps shaking him off. You notice that? He's done that a lot this. And he threw a fastball there, so he doesn't want to throw any more breaking balls.
It's one of those things where you gotta, you're the ace of this staff. You gotta compose yourself and you gotta come back. There's a nice pitch.
Yeah, I'm definitely 2 or 3 seconds behind you. I mean, it was probably not a strike, but that's too close to take.
Right. So we're through 3 innings. Oh, I'd beam him.
I would like to mention something that
Yes.
Roger said last night. Today is the 1-year anniversary of Pete Rose passing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing that up.
So R.I.P. Thoughts and prayers for your family. But yeah, Pete Rose passed away on this day 1 year ago. He was 83 years old.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I love Brandon Phillips. I got his jersey on right here. He's my second favorite player in the Reds organization ever, but Pete Rose is by far my first.
Brandon Phillips played for the Braves 1 year.
He did.
His career. He's a character, that's for sure. Let's just put it that way.
And to be honest, that's why I love him. I mean, I've gone, you know me, a ton of let me see, I got to get caught up on all of our comments over here. I'm slacking. I'm sorry, I was doing other stuff. I apologize, everyone. Let's see here. So what we got?
The one about Hunter Green picking a bad night.
There was one before it that I need to get to.
Okay. Yes, it was not good for Hunter Green, ramen on wheels, but that's the thing about the postseason is sometimes you just don't have it. What's amazing about pitching is sometimes you're dominant. You've seen pitchers 3, 4 innings, they're like dominant, no hitter, and they come out and they just can't. They don't have anything the next inning. That's pitching. Yeah, it definitely was.
Yes, and Ramen's 100% right. Hunter Green picked a bad night to have a bad night. Yep. Absolutely.
Hopefully the Reds, even just maybe getting like a 2-run homer next inning, make it 5-2 would be huge. Just try to get something back. That's what they need to do. They get back in the game. If you're winning 3 runs, you're back in the game.
Yeah, especially with the bullpen that the Dodgers have had lately. I mean, we talked about this before as we were talking before we came on the air. You keep them within 2 or 3 runs, and you're the 7th inning, 7, 8, 9. I'll take my chances against this Dodger bullpen.
He also was just missing his spots. Where the catcher was setting up, he was missing low, missing outside. Getting behind the count. Middle in, he hung 2 sliders, both home runs. It's just, a veteran lineup like the Dodgers, you can't make mistakes like that. You play the White Sox or the Rockies, you're fine.
Right. So we're going to have Miguel Andujar here, who will start off the inning for the Cincinnati Reds. This is the top of the 4th. Blake Snell is only at 37 pitches. He's been very efficient tonight.
Well, I think the strategy has been to be aggressive on him. So I don't think it's necessarily like early in the count. So I don't think it's necessarily that he's just, always throwing strikes. He's throwing a lot of balls out of the zone, but I think they're just trying to be aggressive. I think that was the strategy. Maybe the first pitch, go after it, try to get a hit. Because some pitchers they throw get over pitches to get up 0-1. And if you just let them do that, you're all day long, you're going to lose.
So Miguel Andujar was a. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say his curveball just drops out of sight. It's so good. I'd like to know the spin rate on that curveball. What were you saying about Andujar?
Well, first of all, he just struck out on a pitch up in the zone that he went after, up and in. So he was acquired from the Athletics trade deadline move by the Cincinnati Reds. Kills left-handed pitching, and I was going to question why he's in this lineup tonight. Um, I'm not sure why you're putting him in there, but he is not fantastic against right-handed hitting.
Well,
Oof.
he
Austin Hayes
in
swinging
his
out of his shoes almost
and,
fell down.
in into Hart's defense, he threw an 81 mile an hour curveball that almost was in the dirt, and the next pitch was 97 above the zone.
Yes.
It's so hard to catch up on that. Um, Snell's he's just cruising. He's absolutely cruising. Yeah.
And I mean, maybe this was a Dodger plan all along, right? A lot of these pitchers were injured. A lot of them didn't throw very many innings in the regular season. He is dotting that outside corner right now. That's 87 on the outside.
Just a great pitch. I mean, I think that's his changeup. Looks like his changeup's about 86. His curveball is about 81. The slider's a little bit more than the changeup. It's
and he's got all of them
pitches.
working.
They're all working. He's got 4 pitches, and they're all working.
Unlike Green, where he's got 3 pitches,
That's a curveball, or that's either curveball or changeup.
That was the change there.
That was a change. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to tell because everything drops out of sight.
Yeah. See, you'll see this pitch in a second. I know I'm a little ahead of you, but that's the curve that starts on the outside and sweeps all the way across the plate.
Yeah, that was definitely the curve.
And he's not even, he's calling his own pitches out there, and he's just hitting the button and just boom, here we go.
Well, his fastball is the only pitch you can really hit. You saw the stats, before the game. People hit over 300 on his fastball. So if he gets ahead of you, you're pretty much done. You have to hit the fastball.
Yeah, just like Austin Hayes has done. This is, they look overmatched right at the moment. I mean, I hate to say it as a Reds fan, but they look overmatched right at the moment.
He was certainly late on that fastball, or I don't know what that was actually. Now, what was the mile? I don't know. I don't even remember.
Well, that was the change again. Now there's the 4-seam fastball right there at the top of the zone. And there's the 4-seam fastball. He locates it at the top of the zone, and that's probably the only fastball that Spencer Steer is going to see in this at bat.
Probably. Who was he facing? He didn't give him a single fastball the whole at bat.
That was Marte.
Marte, yes, last inning.
Oh, I stand corrected. There's another fastball on the inside that Spencer Steer just watches.
Just going after him, but it's working, so might as well, I guess. But now he's not going to throw a fastball.
No. And there's your stat right there versus the fastball, 309 batting average, and versus everything else, $172. So a huge difference between the two.
And anyone watching that's not familiar with pitching, you still have to throw the fastball because everything works off of it. If you don't throw the fastball, then the other pitches aren't effective.
Right. You can almost sit on. You can pick something. I'll sit on the curve, or I'll sit on the change, or something like that. So yes.
Right. So you have to throw the fastball. So even though it gets hit pretty hard, he's still very good pitcher and has been for many years. When he's healthy, he's had trouble staying healthy, but when he's healthy, obviously he's filthy.
Yes. And I mean, the Dodgers are one of these teams where they can afford to do Ohtani, and they can afford to pay Snell, and kind of unlike the Mets, right? They've tried to do the same thing. They got Soto, they got Alfonso at first base, and you got Lindor at short, and all of those guys they signed didn't help them any because they didn't have any pitching. I mean, down the stretch, they had 3 rookies starting for them in the last month and a half or so. So they spent more money. I was looking some of their stuff up today. They spent more money on Juan Soto this year than they did their entire starting pitching.
Insane. And Juan Soto didn't help. I mean, yeah, he walks a lot. He's a good player, but they didn't make the postseason.
Right. So we're now up over 150. We appreciate all of you guys joining us live right here on the Reds and Dodgers live Gamecast. We're going to be doing a few more of these. I think we're going to do another one of these in 6 days on Monday. maybe one of our two teams will make it to that point, and we'll be able to do one of those games for you guys on Monday. Whether the Cubs will make it, they've got a 1-0 series advantage over the San Diego Padres, and here it's looking a little bleak as the Dodgers are already out in front 5-0 in the bottom of the fourth over the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah. So Monday, yeah, the Cubs Padres winner faces the Brewers, I believe, and the Reds Dodgers winner will face the Phillies.
Phillies, yes, that is
So
correct.
even if the Reds win this, they lose this game, they could win the next two.
And they could.
That's the thing about the 3-game series. The Rockies could win in LA in a 3-game, 2-3 in 3-game series. 7-game series, no way. They would not beat the Dodgers 4-7. But that's the thing is you can win a 3-game series if you're not as good. Lucky things, your pitcher could struggle. You can make a bad error. Something could go your way.
Right.
One bullpen pitcher could just have a disastrous outing. So
you were right, sir. Hunter Green is already out of this game. Scott Barlow is coming in for his 76th appearance of the season.
His first pitch. Couldn't put him back out there. He was struggling.
Yeah.
And the whole bullpen's rested. They're all available. Might as well use them.
Look at that crazy. Look at the bat. I don't know how this. First of all, I can't pronounce the guy's name. Somebody's going to help me, I'm sure. One of these Dodger fans that's following us is going to help us. But watch the bat.
I'm trying to look up more about him because I honestly, of all the players in this game, I know the least about him.
Look at how flat his bat is. I guess he does get it into more of a hitter spot as the pitcher goes into his windup, but
way ahead of that ball. Ben. His name is Ben. Let's just call him Ben.
Okay, he can be Ben.
He is a very short catcher. He's 5'9". Oh, same height as me. He is a 152 hitter. He has 1 homer for the season.
Well, I mean, he didn't play very much, right? How many games has he played?
Let's see.
Since you've got his stats in front of you right there.
Why doesn't really say? It doesn't say how many games. Hold on. Why does it not say? Let me just.
And he just strikes out on a
Google him.
Pitch number 5 from Scott Barlow. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've got the Reds at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers are up 5-0. Pretty much everything. In fact, I believe every run has been hit off a home run. So Ohtani had a solo shot in the 1st inning. You had Teoscar Hernandez with a 3-run shot. And then Edman had a solo home run as well.
112 at bats, 152 hitter. Yeah, there's a reason he's hitting 9th.
Well, I mean, when you got the rest of the other 8 hitters, I think you can have one
slacker. Will Smith has a hairline fracture on his right hand. He's one of the best catchers in baseball.
So Smith, you mean?
Yeah, Will Smith is hairline fracture. He suffered on September 2nd. Still not back from a hairline fracture, but your hand, you have to have your hands in baseball. Like it has to be 100% healed. So
well, especially if you're a catcher. I mean, you're receiving that ball every single time. You're involved in every single play.
It's his right hand, which is his throwing hand. So Ben. All right, we're gonna do the Google pronounce.
I agree. Smith being now could be a crucial part. Maybe not in this series, but I think it will be before the Dodgers, inevitably try to make a playoff run to get back to the World Series to become the first back-to-back champions in quite some time.
Google says it's Rortvedt. Ben Rortvedt.
I think we're just going to go with Ben, sir.
Ben,
Yes. Shohei
Roy,
Otani's up, 1 ball, 2 strike count. 79 mile per hour curveball from Scott Barlow goes outside. Shohei does not chase, makes it 2-2. Oh, swung through a changeup, or it calls it a sweeper at the bottom of the zone. So
very Scott Barlow, if he can go 2 or 3 innings, shutout innings, just that's what he's got to do. They can't give up any more runs.
yes,
Just keep him in the game. Just throw strikes and make pitches like that. That was outstanding.
and he has the availability to do that. I mean, Scott Barlow was not, a terrible pitcher as far as that part goes. He's been really good. There's another curveball from Barlow. 0-2 against Mookie Betts, who is 1 for 2 so far in the game. Just giving you some Scott Barlow stats here. He's 6-3 as far as wins and losses. His ERA is a little high, 4.21. He's, as we said earlier, this is his 76th appearance. He's got 1 save. He's 68 and a third innings pitched with 75 strikeouts and a 1.39 WHIP. He was actually drafted in 2011 by the Dodgers, and there's
Okay.
strike 3. Mookie Betts is down, and the inning is over.
I mean, he's Scott Barlow. What an inning.
Yes, it's very impressive.
Yeah, let's keep that going. Hopefully, maybe he can pitch the next 2 innings, 9 up, 9 down, and keep them in the game. Hopefully, the Reds can do something.
No, go ahead. Scott Barlow's nickname is Scoots McGoots.
I would not have guessed that, Mike.
No,
I would not have. Scoots McGoots would have not been my 100th guess as his nickname.
I don't know where he gets that from.
I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is watch Avatar.
Yeah, no.
I'm not watching Avatar movies. No, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. I don't know how many there have been so far. I don't care.
They've all been terrible.
Have you watched them all?
No, I've never seen any of them, but I can tell you from the experience of not watching any of them, they're terrible.
So I saw the first one. It took me a couple watches because it was so long, and I just remember being so bored that I stopped watching it. The movie you stop watching because you're so bored, and you kind of go back to it, but you're not really paying attention. Yeah, it was bad. Put a lot of Domino's Pizza Hut stuff during baseball and football games.
Well, yeah, they're trying to make us hungry.
They're trying to make us fat. That's what they're trying to do.
All right, so breaking news here. I got some for us.
Okay.
How did Scott Barlow get the nickname Scoots McGoots?
Is this breaking news?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because
it's breaking. It's just broke.
Breaking
no one else
right
knew
now.
Right.
Well, I'm sure very few of the 155 people who are following us right now know this story that I'm about to tell you. So after purchasing a scooter, he rode it all around the spring training facility. And in fact, he rode it around people and all kinds of other stuff. So because of his scooter in spring training, they began to call him Scoots McGoots, as Blake Snell throws a devastating curveball in there for strike 1.
Goots McGoots. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that nickname.
Right?
I
would have 1 nickel.
I'd have 1 nickel now. Yes, 0 before this.
It's a slider at 88 that missed to Ellie De La Cruz, so the count goes to 1-1.
I'm trying to find breaking news for me, but in any sport, but I got nothing. Nothing's going on.
Swing and a miss by Ellie De La Cruz. 1 ball, 2 strike count. I did see where
I really like watching De La Cruz play.
yeah, he's a great player. He just the name just left me. Who was the guy that got carted off the field last night for the Dolphins? Had successful surgery
Tyreek
today.
Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. I did see where he had successful surgery today.
I have breaking news.
Go ahead.
Lucas Giolito, whatever, is not going to pitch again this season for the Red Sox. He has damage to his UCL. I don't think that's breaking. I think people pretty much knew he wasn't going to, but officially, he will not pitch again this year. Sucks for the Red Sox, but they are up 1-0. But wait, is he in Cleveland? No, he's not on the Red Sox. Is he on Cleveland? I can't remember.
I think
But anyway,
Lucas Giolito did go to the Cleveland Guardians there
Okay.
at the end.
Let's see. What team is he on?
Tyler Stevenson.
No, he
with a
says
fly
he's on
ball
the
to
Red
center
Sox, but he
field.
hasn't pitched. Oh, well, he never pitched this year anyway. It doesn't matter. That was like the worst breaking news of all time.
You gave it a shot, sir. We appreciate the gumption from you.
I was trying to find something. Your nickname breaking news was just so good. I had to try to top it, and I just couldn't do it.
So here's something from Bob Nightingale. We'll throw up here as soon as we get this pitch from Blake
Bob
Snell to
Nightingale.
Key
So
Brian
50%
Hayes.
chance it's true. 50% chance it's bullshit.
Oh, so the Yankees lose, as we chronicled earlier we first started here. They lost 3-1 to the Red Sox. The number 4 seed, get this, in the American League remains winless since they've gone to the new format in 2022. They're 0-7 so far. No team has ever lost game 1 and come back to win the series in the best of 3 since they've started this format. And there we go.
I think it's going to change this year. I think one of the teams today that loses will win. I think it's going to be different this year.
And there is your breaking news.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Watch out.
All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. Let's get a couple. We're on a commercial break here, so we got a couple minutes. The Texas Rangers let go Bruce Bochy yesterday. I do still have some sources in baseball, so they're telling me Skip Schumacher is more than likely going to replace him. And the Rangers kind of knew that going into the season, and Bruce Bochy kind of knew that going into the season. He's been an advanced scout for them, I believe, where he's worked in the front office for them, something such as. What do you think about Skip Schumacher getting a second chance at a managerial place in Major League Baseball?
Well, first of all, let's just talk about Bochy. Like, he's 70. So I don't know if you saw this, but apparently it was a financial thing. Like, maybe he wanted more money. They couldn't agree to terms. So I don't know if you saw that. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true, but Schumacher was the manager of the Marlins, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, so we don't know if he's good or not. If you manage the Marlins, you're probably not going to succeed anyway because you manage the Marlins. So they don't have a good roster. They don't have a good high payroll. So we don't know if he's good or not. So why not give him a shot? It's definitely going to be a better organization.
All right. And then the second one that I think I already know who the manager is going to be. I don't know if you saw it today. I was really surprised that baseball kind of allowed a manager to get fired today. Actually, 2 of them got fired because there was one that was the manager, and then he went away. Yeah. So Ron Washington was let go today, as well as the person who took over for him, who I can't even think of his name right at the moment, for the Anaheim Angels.
Nobody knows. Not even his family. His family didn't even know.
It's a mystery.
Yep.
But I can also tell you that it looks like Albert Pujols is going to become the new manager of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So what do you think about Albert Pujols being the new manager of Los Angeles? Now, it's not happened yet, so I'm not.
Are you kidding? Hold on.
No, I'm not kidding at all.
What?
Yes, that will. I'll tell you right now, that will happen.
What?
Yes, he is still on their payroll. Because of one of
You're
those
right.
crazy contracts that he signed a long time ago, as Freddie Freeman is up here in the bottom of the fifth, still against Scott Barlow.
Former Dodger Albert Pujols.
Yes. Yes, former
Um,
Dodger Albert Pujols.
I am shocked.
He has said for quite a while that he wants to be a manager. Wow, Freddie Freeman was fooled on that
You're right.
curveball.
He's going to be. I just found about 5 reports that said he will be. It's not official, but he will be named.
Yeah, yeah. You can take it to the bank. It was right here. Maybe not first on the Lights Out
No,
Sports
it's first here.
Gamecast,
You
but
broke it. You broke the scoop. Much better than Bob Nightingale and John Heyman. That's for darn sure. They make stuff up all the time. John Heyman, you know what? Scott Boras just gives him stuff and he just posts it, even though it's all bull crap. I can say bullshit, but
yeah, you
to help their clients leverage, and he just lets Boris do it, and it gets called out on it, and then gets defensive and gets all pissy. Like he did Aaron Judge to the Giants. Do you remember that tweet? Aaron Judge to the Giants, and he also was the one that said that Ohtani is flying to Toronto to meet with the Blue Jays.
Right.
Which all of it was bullshit. But he knew it was bullcrap. But he let Scott Boras manipulate it. It's terrible. But holy crap, Albert Pujols. I don't know what to say. I have no idea if he'll be a good manager at all. No clue.
Well, no, nobody does yet. I
Wow.
mean, he's not done
Was
anything
he an
as far as that
assistant
part
coach
goes.
or anything?
But, I think
Was he an assistant or anything? Was he a?
No, but I believe the last World Baseball Classic. Something tells me that he managed one of the teams in the World Baseball Classic.
Let me see what it says here. Clicking on an article.
Okay.
About him.
Wow, Freddie Freeman is really putting up that bat here. I just got a shot of Dodger Stadium in the top right-hand corner. There's a ton of empty seats. I can't believe there's that many empty seats in Dodger Stadium.
That is surprising.
Here comes the 25th pitch from Scott Barlow to this one's to Freddie Freeman. It's not the 25th pitch in this at bat.
Special assistant since retiring in February of 2023. A special assistant. And he's a global ambassador of Baseball United, whatever that means. So that's all he's been. A special assistant.
Nice generic term for probably just getting paid some money and not doing a whole lot.
They paid him
but
a lot.
You know what?
He didn't hit for crap after they signed. Not nearly.
I mean, I shouldn't say that. Maybe he's learning. He's trying to take everything in. It's going to be interesting because a lot of these players, kind of like when they go into the to the broadcasting booth, right? A lot of these players think, "Oh, I can do that. Shoot, I played the game. I can be a broadcaster." And then they get up in there and they're terrible. I wonder how some of these players prepare to be a manager, if that's any different. I mean, I've always said if I win the lottery or something, I'm going to buy a minor league team and I'm going to do everything, by golly. That'll be my team. I'll manage that thing from top to bottom. Max Muncy swings through a sweeper from Scott Barlow there. 2-ball, 1-strike count. 1 out. Nobody on, bottom of the fifth.
So I have a question for you.
Reds visiting the Dodgers.
We'll wait till the commercial, but I do have a question for you. It might be a long one, so we'll wait for the commercial.
Okay. And Muncy swings through another curveball there.
That stat was so quick, you didn't even see it. I just saw Barry Bonds. I didn't see what it was. It was like Barry Bonds, but gone.
Yes, highest walk rate in postseason history. Barry Bonds is number 1, Max Muncy number 2. Barry Bonds at 25%, Max Muncy at 21%. He's not walking this time as he swings through the pitch. Another sweeper from Scott Barlow. He's really got that going. Scott Barlow with his 4th strikeout tonight already. It's only his second inning of work.
Well, we know Ozzie Guillen was not going to be top on that list. So
Very true.
yeah, that was a great pitch. He's just dominating.
Now, right there, if you're going to watch the replay of Teoscar Hernandez throwing his bat like that, I can't stand that. If I'm on the mound after he tosses his bat like that, I am drilling him. And I'll stand there and be like, yeah, I hit you. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to throw the bat at me after you hit a home run.
So I don't think it'll be a big deal in then like 20, 30 years from now.
Okay.
It's a big deal because you and I grew up where you just didn't show up the pitcher.
Yes.
And now it's just become common. And the person I blame is Jose Batista, longtime Blue Jay. He's the one to me that first started doing it, flipping it. And Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa didn't. They didn't flip the bat. King Griffey Jr. didn't do it.
No.
Bonds didn't do it. Jose Batista, it could have been someone else, but he's the one that comes to mind as the first one to really start flipping it. And then more and more started doing it. So I think it's going to become more commonplace, unfortunately. So we have the commercial. So I want to talk to you about the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
It says here, Diamondbacks payroll likely to decline in 2026. What do you think about that? Is it have to do with because they spent so much past year on Corbin Burns? So what do you think about overall, and can they compete without increasing the payroll?
So let's, you've asked me a ton of questions here in the last 20
That's
seconds.
why I said we needed the commercial.
Yeah, we needed the commercial, right? So I really, first of all, I want to give the Diamondbacks some credit because I really like what they did this past season. They basically said, okay, we went on this postseason run. We made roughly about $20 million extra by going on this postseason run, and we're going to take that $20 million and we're going to invest it in the team. And that's what they did. They went out, they got Corbin Burns, they did a few extra moves, and they said, okay, here we go. We invested it in the team. This year, they had over, I know at one point they had 17 different players. Let's go over Connor Phillips here, 2.88 ERA, 12% walk rate, which is really high, but he does have a 33% strikeout rate here as he throws the first pitch strike to Teoscar Hernandez. He's come in at the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. Here against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Teoscar Hernandez, who was 2 for 2. He's had a single and that 3-run home run that was the backbreaker so far, and the majority of the scoring for the Dodgers. So they took that $20 million, right, and they said, okay, we're going to invest that into the team, and they did that this year. Then they had all these injuries, which whether you're a front office, whether you're a manager, whether you're a pitching coach, you can't control all the injuries. That's the one thing that you can't control. Has he done it again? Oh, Teoscar Hernandez, a second home run of the game.
Well, I mean, this guy's got a better mustache, Phillips, than the Red Sox guy, so that's good. There's something
true.
Much better. Yeah, maybe just plunk him instead next time.
Yes,
might help.
That's what I'd have done. I mean, I said it earlier. I would have. I'd have plunked him because he threw. I don't know if he threw his bat again. I just don't like that stuff. I can't stand it. It's like in football, right? You're the big football guy. You score a touchdown in football, cross the goal line, you score the touchdown, hand the football to the referee, and go back to the sideline like you've been there before.
Absolutely.
Oh, they didn't show it. I thought they were going to show it right there to see if he flipped that bat again. I just don't. And you said it perfectly.
Well,
I don't
staring
like
it down too.
people.
Staring it down is just as bad to me. Staring it down, just put the bat down and jog.
Yep.
Just jog, run quickly, get around the base as fast as possible, get in the dugout, sit down, high five your teammates. Yep.
Right. Good job.
Chris Bryant,
you did your
if
job.
You ever watch
scored
Chris Bryant hit a home run? Every time he drops the bat, puts his head down, and jogs. Chris Bryant has never flipped the bat. He has never stared anything down. He knows it's gone. He will never do that.
I did not know that about Chris Bryant, actually. I haven't. I mean, he's not really been. He's not played enough in Colorado for me to see him hit too many home runs. But
he's played in Colorado. I thought he was hurt the whole time. I didn't even know he played. No, but I obviously followed him a lot. He was very good his first 3 years for the Cubs, and he will never show anyone up. He is definitely a guy. Every time he just puts his head down, drops the bat. And more people. We need more Chris Bryants.
Yes, we do. Yes, the fan made a great catch, JC. Of course, as he was making his catch, he had to show us all his stomach too. But that's
I wasn't
beyond
going to mention that actually. I wasn't going to bring that up.
Okay, now
Okay,
they're
6-0
replaying this. I
end of
want to see if they're going to show him. Does he? If he flips this bat, I'm going to be.
No, he just stared it down. Almost hit the catcher in the head.
I mean, they're showing him saluting the dugout. That kind of stuff I don't mind. As you're around in first base, you want to show some emotion, absolutely fine. But
So
drop the bat,
Diamondbacks,
go around the bases, shut
yeah,
your mouth.
yeah. Chris Bryant, he's just not stayed healthy. But were you finished with the Diamondbacks
Sure,
thoughts?
let's go back to that real quick. Thank you for kind of circling the wagons back around to that. So they put that money back into the team. They had all these injuries this year. There's a lot of stuff coming off of their book. Zach Gallen coming off the books. Trying to think of some other. There are several players that are
They
coming
traded
off their
Merrill
books.
Kelly. Yeah, he
Yes,
would have come off the books. Yeah.
right. So roughly, I believe like 65, 68 million dollars coming off the books. So your other question that you asked me is can they compete without signing a ton of people? Yes, because as we talked about earlier, you got Perdomo, who was high in the war. You've got Corbin Carroll, very hot. You've got a good second baseman in Ketel Marte. A couple of young players over at first in Pavin Smith, and then the Seattle Mariner, Loveland.
Is Pavin Smith still young? I feel like it's been forever since he was drafted. He was a top 10 pick. I
Now
feel
you're gonna
like
make
he's
me look it up, aren't you?
well, yeah. I mean, I remember watching him in college at Virginia. Feels like he's been around. It feels like he's like in his third or fourth year at least, right? He was
Well,
hurt a
just
lot
because
this
he's
year.
been in his third or fourth year, I mean that doesn't mean he's old.
He's old. He's a grandpa.
He's 29 years old. He was born February 6,
That's that's
1996.
old.
So
He's past his prime. He might as well just move into a
a
complex
baseball
for
retirement
active
home.
seniors.
Oh man. So I want to throw this out there too. I'm over here on our X account that is at All Gloves Off SM. So the SM, of course, stands for Sports Media. We are now a part, myself and Cheese both, now a part of All Gloves Off Sports Media. You're going to see us doing these game casts a little more. You're lots of stuff going on with us. We're doing the Lights Out Sports podcast on Tuesday nights. And then we have joined up with several different people. You got Ricky and Roger, who are doing the Red Hot Reds podcast. You got Sirhan, who's going to be doing Sirhan on sports. And of course, you got my buddy Cheese right here, who is going to start putting his shows up here on this platform as well. And where can we find you at, sir, as far as on the X and on your YouTube? Tell us about all of that we can get you at.
X at football cheese. The word football should be able to spell it. And then CHEEZ, cheese with a Z. And then my YouTube channel with cheese. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, all of that. I do college football, NFL, and of course, big focus on the NFL draft.
Now I know at the end of the episode you put out today on your YouTube channel, you were doing some analytical stuff. We
Yes.
were talking a little bit off air, and we're going to do a deep dive on some of this analytical stuff. You kind of think that the analytics has gone too far. What do you mean? We'll give them a little tease about what we're going to do here in a couple of weeks on the Lights Out Sports podcast. So you think analytics has gone too far? Is that in every sport or just a certain sport?
Every sport. I think it's gone even further in baseball. But now in football, I think it's gone a little too far. Let me give you an example.
Sure, go ahead.
Someone who never maybe watched football growing up, someone who might have some big degree, will look at, okay, this receiver caught the ball 15 yards downfield. Okay. So that's a better play than the other receiver caught the ball, only got 7 yards. But maybe the guy that got 7 yards broke 3 tackles. If they got 15 yards, was just wide open because of a soft zone. But they look at that. Oh, down the field, more yards per catch. So analytically, he's a better player. I think it's Also, that's one of my big problems with it. And my other problem with it is uh, it's especially PFF. I have a big problem with Pro Football Focus. Uh, they grade you on every play, but they don't grade you on who you're playing.
Right. I'm not laughing at you. You'll see what I'm laughing at here in a minute. I'll pull
They
it up.
don't grade you on your opponent. If you're going against Miles Garrett and you have a
Hmm.
30 rating, well, yeah, you should have a 30 rating. Um, but also, PFF, the way they grade, they also have to assign someone on defense that was in the wrong no matter what. If a touchdown happens, somebody has to be responsible for it. I remember I really focused on PFF last year with the Packers, and I rewatched Packer games and looked at the grades, and I disagree with so many of them. There was one play, Javon Bullard, he's a safety slash slot corner. They gave him for giving up this big touchdown, and it wasn't his fault at all, but the grader decided it was because somebody had to be at fault. So analytics has just gone too far. I think at the same time, you just watch the game and look at the play, look at the effort, look at who they're playing. Did they break tackles? Did they run a good route? Not just how productive the play was. And I think analytics has gone too far in that aspect.
All right. So, would you? I'll ask you one more question, and then we'll kind of move away from this. We'll go back to the Diamondback stuff here because we got JC chiming in on some of this as well. And then I got to get to my buddy. I got to get to Alvarez here in a second. So I'll do you more than one shout out, sir. So, would you lean more towards numbers don't lie, or would you lean more towards numbers are for losers? Two sayings that I've heard in sports all my life.
Right in the middle. Obviously, if a quarterback throws a screen pass and the right receiver runs for 70 yards, Michael Penix throws a dump off to Bijan Robinson, he goes
Hmm.
off. That's going to make his quarterback rating look better. It depends on the play. Somewhere in the middle, but I think we've gone too far analytical. And some teams, especially when they're drafting, draft more for analytics than actually real football players. People that love football, that have good instincts, they're just true football players. And I think we'll see what happens. I think we're going to come back a little bit to that because I think we've gone too far analytical.
Okay. So, JC, I'm going to disagree with you here. It says the fact that they bring Lavello back after that nightmare season is a joke. Now, you've got to remember, they lost their closer. They lost Martinez. They lost their number one starter in Corbin Burns. They had 17 people in the pitching staff alone at one point that was on the IL. I think I think that Torey Lavello actually did a really good job this year managing a lot of the team, especially when they had all those injuries, and then they traded half their team away, and then they started playing better with all the kids. So I think that's where Torey Lavello actually shines, is he gets the best out of everyone. I'm not sure if he's a great manager of superstars, but when he's got and that'll be interesting to see. Like when we talked about Albert Pujols and stuff like that, maybe managing the well, it's not going to be a maybe. He will be the new manager of the Anaheim Angels, but he was a superstar. Does he understand how to get everything out of a superstar? Or is he going to be better with the kids? Because he's worked a lot in the Dominican Republic with a lot of the younger kids as well. So maybe he'll be really good at both. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But I think that's one of the big things that Torey Lavello does well. So before we get away from that, let me can you give a shout out to the only Dodger fan that puts up with you and your Reds? So yes, one of my coworkers here wanting me to give him a little
We
praise.
have a Dodger fan.
We got at least one Dodger fan following us tonight. Now he probably wants the Dodgers to lose too, but he's a secret. He's a closet Reds fan. That's what it is there. So yeah, you get that out of here. Who are we looking at here?
I do actually have some breaking news about the Cubs game tomorrow.
Okay, what you got?
So Shota Imanaga is the Cubs starter for tomorrow.
Okay.
He has had some first inning trouble this year. So rather than let him pitch the first inning, Andrew Kittredge, who was the eighth inning pitcher against the Padres today,
Mm-hmm.
they got him a deadline deal with the Orioles. He's been very good for the Cubs.
Yes.
He is going to pitch the first inning. And Shoto will come in the second inning. So uh, interesting move by Craig Counsell. Rarely done in the postseason, but he's, I guess trying to help Shoto out. We're going to start you with the fourth, maybe fifth there, depending, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So they don't have their setup guy. That's the only down part is they won't have their eighth inning guy if they need him. But I think the way the bullpen's pitching and the depth, I think they're comfortable with that.
Here's one of those stats that we were talking about earlier, right? Kike Hernandez batting 209 for the season, and here he is 2 for 3 in the first game of a playoff series. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of these stats can also be just tossed out the window because you just never know what they're going to do. They get hot. They like a certain pitcher. There's all these other different things that you can do that aren't really stat related that you also need to look into when you're doing stuff like this.
Kung
I
Fu
want to
Panda.
thank everybody. Go ahead, sir.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yes.
Pablo Sandoval. Kung Fu
Pablo
Panda.
Sandoval.
He would just go off in the postseason. Edgar Renteria, same thing. Like they would just go off in the postseason.
There's a strikeout. Connor Phillips, that's his second one so far. And now we got Ohtani stepping up to the plate. That was our guy, Ben, who struck out there for us. So 2 down, bottom of the 6th. You've got Kike Hernandez on first and Shohei Ohtani, who was 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, stepping up to the plate. 166 people watching us right at the moment. That is second. We follow almost 7,500 people now. We've added a lot of people over the last couple of days, and I appreciate all those people following us. If you are one of those, thank you very much for doing so. We're up to almost 7,500, and we are number 2 right at the moment as far as any kind of game cast or any kind of anything that's live on X is how they do it. So we are, of course, live, as it says in the top right-hand corner. JC's talking about getting hot at the right time, stats and analytics, and how all that kind of, It's a home run barrage here, ladies and gentlemen. Shohei Ohtani
that pitch was terrible. He hung a pitch right down the middle to Ohtani. Can't do that. Yeah, it's kind of getting out of hand.
It is a little bit. This has this feel of the Bengals game last night.
Bengals, yeah. They were ahead at least 3-0, but
at one point, yes. So that he hit that ball 454 feet. That's a pretty good poke.
Hanger right down the middle.
So now the Dodgers are up 8-0 here in the bottom of the 6th.
It doesn't matter how many runs you lose by in this game, as long as you win the next 2.
That's true. You talked about the Cubs doing something strategic. I also think that the Reds are doing something strategic. They're starting Liddell, who is a right-handed hitter, tomorrow. I think the Dodgers will have this basic same lineup as you're seeing tonight, tomorrow. And then I'm going to bank that Terry Francona will then bring in the lefty, Nick Lodolo, probably after the first inning. He's just doing this as a kind of a decoy thing. And we'll see if that works. And even if that happens tomorrow.
You have a deep bench, so might as well give it a shot. Ooh. Yeah, it's Yamamoto for the Dodgers tomorrow.
Yes. And that was a pitch up and in to Mookie Betts. Mookie laying on his stomach on the ground.
Wow.
Tyler Stevenson saying, hey, we didn't do that on purpose. Connor Phillips, of course, a young kid. This is his first postseason ever, obviously. He hung a ball to Ohtani, and now he gets one up and in to Mookie Betts. That was up by the head, though, so. Well, no, actually, it wasn't that bad. They're showing the replay right now. It was more of his chest, shoulder area.
It was up and in, for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's Mookie Betts, right? A little dramatic there. A little, I'm going to throw my bat and I'm going to fall down and I'm going to do all this stuff. So now you got Terry Francona coming out and bringing in Brett Suter, who is the Roberto Clemente nominee for the Cincinnati Reds this year. He's going to come in from the bullpen as we take a break here. We're not taking a break. They're taking a break on television because they're
I got a question for you. Okay,
sure.
so we're 4 games into the NFL season, about a quarter of the way, just under a
All
quarter
right.
of the way through the season. So we didn't do a good job picking the AFC Super Bowl team. So let's repick. I had Green Bay, Baltimore. I don't want to pick Baltimore again. You had Tampa Bay, Cincinnati, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, and I know you're not going to pick Cincinnati again. So if you could repick, we should do this we'll do this once a month at the end of each month. If you could repick your Super Bowl, what 2 teams would you pick right now? I put you on the spot. We didn't talk about this.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Give me a second here. I'm going to look at everybody real fast. So we're looking at the AFC here, right?
Yes. You can still pick the Bengals again. You can pick the Jets. You can pick the Titans.
Houston.
You can pick the New Orleans Saints in the NFC.
And the thing that I did, we've done this once, and what I did was I decided to not go against or to not pick the New England Patriots again. And man, they may have been the best looking team last week as far as that part went. So they looked really good to me.
So you're picking the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl.
Let's not go that far.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, obviously the best team in the AFC. We talked about this a little bit on the football cast last night. Obviously the best team in that division is Buffalo, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So it's do you say Denver, Kansas City, LA maybe in the West? I don't think there's going to be anybody to challenge Buffalo in the East. The South is up for grabs. I mean, you've got Indianapolis and Jacksonville, both with a 3-1 record, but I'm not sure if I trust either one of those 2 teams. And then the AFC North with the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, who I don't trust either, and Baltimore is it's like a mash unit over there in that division.
Very disappointing division. Very disappointing. And AFC North, it looks so strong going into the season. It's been a disaster.
Yes. So you know what? I'm going to do something really weird. I'm going to stick with Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's going to come back. They're going to right this ship.
No,
I mean, they've got the best offense in the league.
What? No, you're not.
Yes, why not?
No, you're not. No, you're not. You can't pick that. I'm not going to let you.
You're not going to let me?
No, you can't pick the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. By the time he comes back, they're not going to be in playoff contention. I'm not going to.
All right,
they play the Lions and the Packers the next 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
Okay, so they're 2-4. Because you're right. Oh my gosh, not another one. No,
I think you're 5 seconds ahead of me now. You were 2 or 3. Now it's about 5.
Ground rule double.
Right down the middle. Right down the middle. It's Freddie Freeman. Yeah.
I mean, we keep saying, "Oh, you can't leave this pitch up to this guy. You can't leave this pitch up to that guy." But the problem is, you can't leave pitches to any of these guys except maybe Ben.
You can with Ben Catcher. Last name starts with R.
Right.
No,
poor guy. He's going to hear about this, and he's going to never talk to us again. Even though
maybe I'll go first because I don't think you're going to be able to make a decision. So I was between the Ravens and Bills. Before that podcast we did our predictions. I was going to pick the Bills, and at the last thing I changed the Ravens. I wish I hadn't, but I'm going to switch to the Bills because they're probably going to be the number 1 seed in home field advantage. So because of that, even though the Bills defense is vulnerable and the Ravens are just that, we don't even talk about what a disaster they are. But if I could switch, I'd switch to the Bills in the AFC.
Okay, so I'll be serious for a minute, and I'm gonna take the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos have only they've lost 2 games, but they've lost them both by last-minute field goals.
Mm-hmm.
They looked dominant against the Bengals. Of course, I think the Sisters of the Poor could have looked dominant against the Bengals last night.
Not the Sisters.
They've impressed me too. I've watched a couple of their games. they're more of a complete game. They've got a good defense, not a great defense. They've got a good running back tandem, and I think that'll just get stronger with the rookie. Is it Henry or Harvey? What's his name?
RJ Harvey.
RJ Harvey. I think between him and RJ and JK, right? So they'll get stronger as the season goes along. They've got a good young quarterback. They've got one of the better coaches in the league. So yes, I'm going to go. I'm going to ride the coattails of the Denver Broncos, and hopefully Sugar Shane's listening to me right now, and he's cheering. So
They could also finish third in the division, but anyway, but I like that. That's a bold move. NFC, would you like to change from the Buccaneers, or do you want to stick with them?
No, I would
Okay.
not. I'm going to stick with the Buccaneers. They just got some, especially Baker, right? Baker just seems to have some innate quality
He's played well in
be
the
able
clutch
to
this
pull
year.
stuff out at the end.
He's played well in the fourth quarter this year. He really
Hmm.
has. They added Mecca Egbuka. He's
Yes.
been amazing.
Somebody picked him for like rookie of the year or something. Like, who was that guy?
I have no idea who that was. I have no clue. I think my pick was looking so bad, and then he got to play the Bears defense this past week, so now he
Mhm.
looks really good. So now he's back in it. That's
Okay.
Shinjianti. But yeah, that was you. Mike picked Mekabuku win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Right now, probably the favorite to win it. But it's early. But I changed my NFC team. Who did I pick again in the NFC?
Baltimore, right?
In the NFC, who did I
Oh,
pick
on
in
the
the NFC?
NFC. Who did you pick?
Was it the Giants?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it was the Giants.
I was like Jackson Dart for MVP, right? Um,
Hey, you never know.
was it the
He's
Giants?
1-0, by the way.
No, I don't think it was the Giants. I'm sure I picked the Bears, right?
That's what it was. I know
Oh,
it was.
Caleb Williams is the man. Is like he's the guy. That's me. No, I picked Green Bay, but I honestly have questioned that last few days.
Well, now what about okay? So what about a team like the Giants, right? But the Giants are going with this full-on youth movement now, right? So they knocked out Russell Wilson. You got Jackson Dart in there. They got Cam Scatterboo at running back. Do you think doing stuff like that brings in the fan base, and they're like, oh, well, at least they're giving the young kids a chance, and let's tune into these games and let's see what these kids can do.
I think that's the only move they have. I think Cam Scanamu, he's gotten better each game,
Hmm.
and he looks really good. But we knew that. We knew he was going to be good. We don't. I have
We
no idea.
did.
We did. Like we talked about this. Remember before the draft, I was like, how is like, and then after I was like, how did he fall the fourth round? Like I had him as
Yep.
the fourth best running back in the class. I thought he should have gone in the second round. It's just
Hmm.
insane. Just watch the film, and it was a great pick. And yeah, he's very good. It can't hurt. It's going to sell some jerseys. They're going to sell some 44 jerseys. I think number 6, Jackson Dart is 6. They're going to sell number 6 jerseys because of it. They don't have anything else to excite the fans. Malik Neighbors now out for the year, so you might as well play the young
Yeah.
guys. They need offensive line help. They need another receiver. They need a tight end. They need a lot on offense, so that should be their focus in next offseason.
All right. So, what do you think about Russell Wilson? Is he done?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade him if a team needs someone to fill in for 4 or 5 games. Maybe I don't know. I don't see a team out there that would trade for him. The Bengals aren't doing it. I know some people have
I was
rumored
just getting
that.
ready to ask you if you were
Not.
the Bengals, would you trade for him?
Well,
That was my
Browning
next question.
uh, has played terrible, but no, I don't see that happening. I think the Bengals realize they're pretty much cooked. I don't think if you trade for Russell Wilson, he's not just gonna all of a sudden everything's cured. He's better than Browning, but I don't. I think he'll stick around. He could, but he might have to be a backup the rest of his career. Hey, base hit. Hayes.
Base hit, yes. Base hit, Austin Hayes.
Hey, comeback time. This would be
That's
one of
it.
the best comebacks in postseason history.
If they could
Let's
do it,
do it.
yes, but I don't think Blake Snell is going to go anywhere. He's at 76 pitches here in the top of the seventh with one out. Where do you Okay, so let's talk about this a moment, right? So, what's your strategy if you're a manager, as far as how far are you letting him go? Is he on a pitch count? Is he if they start stringing a few hits together, even though you've got an 8-0 lead? What do you do with Blake Snell here if things start to go a little sour?
Well, he doesn't have much wear and tear on his arm because he only threw 61 innings this year. So I think he's fine. He's at 77 pitches. I don't think they're going to let him throw 95, but I think their hope is just maybe he gets through this inning. You know, why show there's a base hit. Why show
Mm-hmm.
the Reds more bullpen pitchers than you need to? If he can go 7 innings, but he might have a short leash. He might they might go get him now, or he might have one more hitter. We'll see at this point. Because
I mean,
even though
I
you're up
get
8-0, you don't want
right.
8-3 because you don't want 8-3. Like you want to stay 8-0. So
Do you? Does it really matter as long as you win? Does it really matter?
8-3, you start getting a little nervous. Like the 8-3 could turn into 8-6. So 3-run homers happen. And look who's up.
Mm-hmm. Ellie De La
That's got a
Cruz.
yeah. Make a mistake and it's 8-3. So
Right.
that was a
He's
good
0 for
pitch.
2 with 2 strikeouts today, but he does have 22 home runs for the regular season. So
Okay, so in the modern era, the best comeback ever was 2008. Red Sox were down 7-0 to the at the time Devil Rays, and they won 8-7. 2008 ALCS. Red Sox would go on to go to the World Series that year.
so then if the Reds would come back and win 9-8, it would be the largest comeback ever.
Yeah, it would tie technically 1929, but modern era. But yeah, 1929 Athletics trailed the Cubs 8-0 and won 10-8 in the World Series, and then would go on to win the World Series that year.
So Blake Snell's got a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Ellie De La Cruz. There's a runner on first, runner on third, one out here in the top of the seventh. Throws him that 83-mile-per-hour curveball, just drops off, but Ellie did not chase it. So
I
two
think you got to
ball,
get
two
him out.
strike count.
If you can get like a 3-run homer here, get him out of the game, get in this bullpen. That's what you got to do. You got to get him out of this game.
Well, I mean, are
And
you are
just
you saying that for the Dodgers or are you saying that for
for
the
the
Reds?
Reds, for the Reds, like you got. I mean, his stuff's been amazing tonight. Just hope he makes a mistake. Hope he hangs something. You can hit a homer. That if he gives a 3-run homer, then the game, they'll take him out.
Now, see there again, there's Blake Snell doing that body language on the mound. That was not even close to being a strike, and he's trying to like negotiate for a strike right there.
So yeah, probably almost a foot low,
Mm-hmm. And I understand that
and a
the
tall
white
hitter.
box is not fantastic, but it's pretty
And he's
close.
tall. It's a very tall hitter as well.
Yes. So here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a big pitch in this at bat. Weak ground ball to short. You got the oh, so they turned it at second, but they were not able to turn the play at first.
He's fast. He's
He
very
is.
fast. 37 stolen bases this year.
It's going to be. I'm looking. I'm going to see if they're going to challenge
Eight
this
to
or
one.
not. I was looking to see.
8-1. 84 pitches. I think I would go get him. I don't know if anyone's been warming up, but I would go get him now at this point. Yeah, he's
Wow,
definitely
that's
safe.
close.
No, he's safe. He's definitely safe because the ball's got to be all the way in the mitt.
Correct. That is the call now. The ball has to be in the back of the mid, is
Yes.
what they say.
So he is definitely safe. Boy, he's fast. That looked like routine double play. That looked like an easy routine double play.
Yes. That's why I paused for a second because I was like, "Oh, that looks routine," but then as you're processing all this, my brain doesn't work the fastest in the world. So I'm trying to. Do I really want to go ahead
We
and call
know.
the double play or not? But not with Ellie running. You don't.
Yeah, we know.
No, the call on the scene. This is one of these things where they're just getting us all wrong. The call on the field was not out at first base, or was it? Did they really call him out? Oh, okay. Now they're saying he's safe. All right. ESPN had it typed wrong up there in the corner. I was trying to read it because got it on mute. So what do you think about all these guys? Like I'm looking at Ellie De La Cruz, right? He's got all these bracelets on his wrist. He's got 8 or 9 necklaces. It looks like, and are you okay with all of the jewelry and stuff that players seem to be wearing nowadays?
Wow.
Or is it a
All
show
the
off thing?
all the questions I thought I'd be asked tonight, that is definitely one I never would have ever expected.
Well, that's what we do here, man. We ask the off the wall type questions. We're asking what everybody else is thinking, sir.
I don't own any bling. I'm not a bling guy. I don't know
No,
if you knew that about me. No, not
I've
into
never
the
seen you
bling.
wear anything. I got one.
I don't wear any bling. I know. I don't even wear anything besides t-shirts. When you work from home, that's what you can do. I don't know. Never thought about it.
Well, there we go. Another hit. Tyler Stevenson, a
They
frozen
gotta go get
rope,
him
and
out.
look at Ellie De La Cruz flying. He is going to score from first.
That was a mistake pitch. It was middle in.
Mm-hmm.
95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's not throwing 98 anymore. I think you have to go get him. I'm shocked they didn't get him before this. To be honest with you, he's up to 87 pitches.
Yes, I was getting ready to say the same thing. He's up to 87. Look how far off the left fielder's playing off the line. You don't even see him in the picture.
No kidding. And that's one of the main reasons De La Cruz was able to score. So whoever's in
Oh, yeah.
charge of where the outfielders play got it wrong on that play.
Yes.
Usually, if they're playing that far off, you're going to pitch him outside, not inside. He pitched him inside.
So they got Vesia warming up in the bullpen, the left-hander. The guy with the
He's
purple
still in
glove.
there.
Yeah,
He's
they're
still,
leaving him in to face Key Brian Hayes with 2 outs.
I'm shocked. Like you mentioned, the reason you asked the question, I think, was they're up 8-0. Why is he still in the game? I think that's what you were thinking, right?
Well, that's what I was thinking in a way because, okay, so you're the Dodgers, right? They've got more aspirations than just beating the Reds. They've got aspirations of going the entire way. So why are you taxing Blake Snell here in a game where you're up 8-2 now? Why? Why is he continuing to pitch? I'm looking at it from the next series and the series after that. He only pitched 70 some innings in the regular season. Are you going to take a chance with an injury with him? And no, I don't. I'd have taken him out this batter, but it's not going to matter here. There's a ground ball to second base, and the inning is going to come to a close. So I also want to ask you this. So you're the Reds. You've now scored 2 runs on them. You got 4 hits because you were being 1 hit until this inning. So now you've proved to yourself that you know what they're not. They're human. This team is human. I can score on these guys. We can get hits off these guys. Does that boost the confidence you think of the Cincinnati Reds here, just to be able to get a couple of runs here late in the game?
It doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Obviously, you wanted to get more, but it's 8-2. You see what happens next inning. But if you lose 8-2, yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. But even if they lose, you still have a chance. You got to win the next 2, and you just let's go get it tomorrow. That's basically what you got to do. And if they win tomorrow, then it's anyone's game. Game 3.
Yeah, it essentially turns into a 1-game playoff like it used to be back in the day with the wild card. And I don't know. I kind of like that format, to be honest with you. I like the do or die kind of thing.
Well, the problem with that was there was a year where the Pirates won like 99 or 98 games
Mm-hmm.
and lost the division by 1 game to the Cardinals and hosted the Cubs for that 1-game play-in and went against Jake Arrieta, won the Cy Young, and he threw a 9-inning shutout. Like Jake Arrieta was so dominant that year. They're done. One and done. Pirates who never, ever are that good. So rare. Win 98, 99 games, and they're just done like that. Devastating for their fans, for a team that's just rarely good. I still remember that. I will always remember that. And the Cubs actually would go on to beat the Cardinals actually in the next round. And then they lost. Then they lost. I can't remember who they lost to. Maybe the Nationals the next round. But so that's why I don't like the one and done.
But this
you
isn't.
could,
This really isn't a whole lot different, though, right? Because okay, so for the Cincinnati Reds, right, they're not making any more money off this postseason run
but
because they don't have a home game.
at least they lose this game. They're not done. At least they have a shot, another shot.
All right, so Blake Snell's going to be done. They're showing him in the dugout, high-fiving everybody. That's pretty much the universal sign. So I'm sure it'll be Alex Vesia to come back out in the
I'm
next
surprised
inning.
I didn't get him earlier. You don't want to wear him down. Like you said, they have aspirations.
So he did strike out 9 batters tonight. Really good game by Blake Snell.
So what do you think about this? Will you watch the World Series if it's Yankees Dodgers again? Got you with that one.
You did. I kind of thought
I'll just say this real
question
quick.
was
I did
coming.
not watch one pitch last year. Not one. So
I mean, that's like Evil Empire and Evil Empire B, right? So no, I won't.
yeah, I didn't watch a single pitch last year, and I think ratings were good, but I know a lot of people that didn't. So, but they have big markets. That's why the ratings were good, I guess. But
Well, right, but I'm very curious, and I want to see when it comes out. We were joking some today at work. It's like, oh, well, they know the ratings for Detroit and Cleveland's going to be terrible because they're the game that's, as far as like West Coast time, it started at like 10 o'clock this morning. So, they're like, oh, okay, well, they throw those 2 teams in there because they know nobody's going to watch that one. But I will be interesting to see where the market comes in with the Cubs and the Padres being at that time slot that they were. I mean, I know you want to put, Boston and New York in a better time slot because of those markets, but you almost can't do anything different with the Dodgers being out here on the West Coast, so you almost have to have that the nightcap. But I thought it was interesting doing. Oh, there he goes. He's going to flip that. Oh, I can't watch that bat flip anymore. Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting because the Cubs have a really good market. Like I said, I was listening to that game on the radio, and you could definitely hear the Cubs fans in the background. They were making a lot of noise. So the Cubs fans seem to be into it, and San Diego's got a pretty good market as well.
yeah, it was noon San Diego time, but yeah, I think it's an advantage for the Cubs. They play more day games than anyone. It's their normal time. It's the normal. They play about probably more than half their home games were day games, and that's when they play around 2 their time. So I think it is an advantage for them. That's what they're used to. But you have to, some game has to be at 1, some game has to be at 3, at 6, 9. So obviously the Dodger game has to be the late game.
Yeah, and I'll be very honest. I'm sure there's people at my work. I know there's a few people that are listening from work because they've done some commenting and stuff like that here. Mr. Alvarez is probably still with us, but I have to say, when I got up this morning and I remembered, man, there are 4 fantastic playoff games back to back to back. Do I really want to go to work today? I mean, it'd be a great day to call in sick, right? It's like a lot of people do it when the March Madness first comes in and they play all of those games for that weekend. And a lot of people will call into work for those
Thursday and
games.
Friday, yeah. There's games
yeah.
on all day. Yeah.
I really thought about it. I got plenty of sick time. I haven't called into my work in over, I'm going to say it's over 3 years now. So I'm not that guy that usually calls in. So, but I have to say, when I woke up this morning, I thought about it. Baseball almost overtook my emotions and told me to call in.
If you did, there'd be a riot. There would be.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
the Reds have gone with Sal Stewart. He is now at first base, I see. The young kid they called up right towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I just had the game on, just had it muted, but I work from home, so.
Yeah, you've rubbed that in 4 or 5 times now, sir.
Wasn't really trying to rub it in, but yeah, it's helpful. If I
Well,
watch
I
college
do.
basketball, I would help with March Madness, but I just don't watch college basketball.
Mhm.
I don't at
But
all.
at the same point, though, I think that I've talked about this to you kind of off air. We've not really talked about it during one of our podcasts or anything, but I really think that baseball should do a day game more often than what they do.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams don't because you get better attendance at night. I think it's about money. The Cubs is just kind of tradition. Um, they always have that Friday afternoon home game, but I think a lot of teams, I think you get better attendance at night. It's about money. I didn't quite get it, but
So that's Spencer Steer in left. So
I
that means
agree.
they've taken Wells out of the game. They put
Well,
Spencer Steer in left, and they have put Sal Stewart on first. So go
well,
ahead,
it
sir.
used to be every game was during the day because stadiums used to have lights. It used
Right.
to be every game was. The Cubs didn't really field did not get lights till 1989. Every game was a day game. That's tradition for baseball. Day games. That's what you do. But
Hmm. I
especially with
love
more
going to day games.
Jason Bateman. Why are they showing Jason Bateman? Jesus Christ! Like he's not a cool enough celebrity to show. I mean, like Vince Vaughn's. You show Vince Vaughn, but like show someone cool. Jason Bateman. Give me a break.
So it's going to be the second single of the game. There he's gone first to third. That was a terrible throw. That went. It looks like it went into the Dodger dugout, and it did. So that'll advance the runners. So it will be 9-2 now on the throwing error from
You
Marte in right field.
very very low chance to get him anyway. Just a stupid decision.
Yes, you throw that ball back into your cutoff man, and you're done.
They're going to lose 9-8. They're going to score 6 more runs and lose 9-8 now.
Yeah, this was. I mean, Ellie's right there to take the throw. That's not even. Key Brian Hayes wasn't even on the bag.
Just
Brent Suter
very
doing his best to try to back up the play and ends up falling on the seat of his pants.
not even close. I mean, that wasn't
No,
even close to Hayes. Hayes didn't even. He just watched it. It's like it's nowhere near me.
nope. Well, he wasn't even on the bag, like I said. I mean, yeah. I get it that Marte is a newer right fielder, and there's another hit and another run. Hey,
Well,
it's our
yeah.
buddy Ben.
Oh, 152 hitter. Just got a hit. That's great. Hey, dig the knife in deeper. It's just one of those nights for the Reds. Hey, you know, you lost. Just tomorrow. Yeah,
And
just
you
go
are
for it
right
tomorrow.
that it doesn't matter what you win by. It doesn't matter what you lose by. All at the same point, right? Okay, so it's a loss. You got two more games. You got to win both of them, and you know that going in.
Every team that lost today, you're not done. You just have to win the next 2 games. You've done that a
Mm-hmm.
lot this year. Every single team has done this a lot this year. Win 2 games in a row. That's all you need to do. Just win the
Yes.
next 2 games.
I mean, the Reds went a long time without. Um, the Reds went a long time without being swept, so they
The
can they can
the
certainly
Cubs
come
did too.
back.
The Cubs went like I think almost till August before they were swept this year. And then they got 4 games. They hadn't been 4 games swept in forever, and they got 4 games swept last week by the Reds in Cincinnati. Well, the main reason the Reds are in this postseason, the Cubs
Yeah.
clinched the postseason and then went to Cincinnati and just we don't care. We're not trying. You can. They didn't show up at all. They couldn't score any runs. They could not score.
Yeah. So Shohei Otani's at the bat. Brett Suter's still on the mound, and once again, Shohei Otani has gone down on strikes. This time looking. So if nothing else, the Reds have kept Shohei in check, with the exception of the home run in the very first inning. But he has done no other damage to him at all.
The two. What about the second home run?
Did he hit two?
Yes, he did.
Teoscar Hernandez hit two. Did he hit?
Did I miss one? Did I thought he got two.
Yes, you're right. Otani did hit 2.
Yeah, and he hit the second one was
Yeah, the 6th inning off of
467 feet.
Phillips.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, did I did I miss something? Yeah, besides those 2 homers, he's been terrible in this
Right?
game.
That's just terrible.
Terrible. He's 0 for 3 when he doesn't homer. Awful. What a terrible player. They should just release him.
You know what? When one team scores more than the other team, they got a pretty good chance of winning too. Just so you know.
I feel like if the Reds score more runs tomorrow than the Dodgers, then they can force a game 3.
Probably so.
So that's what they need to do.
Well, that is what they need to do. There's no doubt about that. Because if they don't, they're going home pretty quick.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
Yes, yes, it would be. So yeah, as far as let's go over what the Dodgers have done. So you got double by Freddie Freeman. You got home runs by Otani. Actually, as you have pointed out, he hit 2. Teoscar Hernandez tonight has hit 2 home runs. And then I believe that's all the home runs. Betts has got.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
Okay.
And of course, Edmonds had an RBI. You got Teoscar Hernandez with 4. Shohei Otani has 3 RBIs. And our good buddy Ben, he's got an RBI tonight too. And as far as 2-out RBIs, Otani has 2. And Hernandez and Roosevelt. So that's not Roosevelt. Ben. That's what we're going to call him still. Ben has some as well. So 10-2. The Los Angeles Dodgers lead here in the top half of the 8th. I don't like the score, but I'll certainly give the Dodgers the credit. They have come out. They have been swinging the bat, and they have scored 10 runs on the Cincinnati Reds tonight. Now you've got Vesia on the mound. He's got a 3.02 ERA. He's got a really high K percentage for a lefty, especially at 34% when the Major League average is at 22. He's 1 tick over the Major League Baseball average of walks. The average is 8, and he is at 9. He has been involved in 59 and 2/3 innings so far in his big league, in this season. It's not his big league career. He's had more than 1 season. Got the unusual glove, the purple glove that he dons on the mound. He's facing Matt McLain, who was down no balls, 2 strikes. 220 batting average for the regular season with 15 home runs is Matt McLain. Tonight, he's 1 for 2 with a double. Waiting on the pitch. Catcher is now set. And here comes a slider down and away that McLain does not chase at 87 miles per hour. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vesia takes off that purple glove, rubs up the baseball, puts it back into the glove. Now, foot on the mound. Getting the call from the catcher. He has it. He sets. And the pitch. And that ball is down as well. Another slider, 86 miles per hour. That evens the count at 2-2. Vesia kind of an over-the-top delivery. Nothing real fancy. Just grabs the ball and throws it. There's the pitch. Matt McLain single up between third and short on a ball hit. I'm going to guess relatively hard. I'm sure they're going to tell me what the exit velocity here is in just a second because we all want to know these kinds of things.
Hi.
Well, hello, sir. I wasn't looking at that screen. I was doing the more of the play-by-play since I knew you were gone. So
that was a single, and now the Reds have tied it up, right? That was a 8-run single.
They had an 8-run single.
Okay, good. Okay.
TJ Friedel up to bat now. He is 0 for 2 tonight.
They're showing all Snell's strikeouts. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. I appreciate ESPN for rubbing it in. TJ Friedel, 261 batting average in the regular season.
And takes fastball 92 right down the middle.
Yes, he did. Just watched it. So, what are you looking at college football wise, sir? What games are standing out to you that are coming up on the 6th week of college football?
Well, I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but I know you're following Duke really hard. You think Duke is going to win the college football playoff. So, um, so you're stoked for that game. Is that correct?
Well, I certainly thought Duke would do better than what they are.
I mean, they're
You know,
at Cal. That's the game of the week, right? Duke versus Cal, right?
mm-hmm. And you pointed out to me that they are a basketball school only. I was trying to give them some credit, but they took
So
that
is North
credit away
Carolina.
from themselves pretty quick.
So is North Carolina, and they're not. It's not going well for them. Doesn't matter who their coach is. I tell
Can
you,
Boise State beat Notre Dame this weekend?
no,
Wow, that didn't take you long to answer that.
no. Notre Dame's offense looks amazing. Uh, yeah, Notre Dame lost to a very good Miami team on the road that was just getting after the quarterback, and they lost a shootout with A&M. Uh, but Notre Dame, their offense is amazing. Jeremiah Love, what you just there's not much you can do against him. Boise State, they won't be able to stop Notre Dame. Notre Dame will score enough points that it won't matter.
I mean, the only game that we've got this coming weekend that has two ranked opponents facing each other is Miami at Florida State.
Mm-hmm. And that game doesn't mean as much after Florida State got upset by Virginia. We talked about that. That was the trap
Mm-hmm.
game. I mentioned it the
Yep.
week
Yes,
before
you did. You
Miami
called that.
Friday night game. It was a total trap, and big win for Virginia. So
3-2 pitch
Virginia,
from Vesia to Friedel here,
Virginia's four
and
and one.
fouls it off.
They're
Go
ranked
ahead, sir.
24th now after beating Florida State. For some reason, they're at Louisville, right? Louisville's favored by 7, which is shocking to me. I thought this would be a pick 'em, but
Mm-hmm.
Louisville's actually favored by 7. It's at home against Virginia. Virginia coming off that big win and has an extra day to prepare. So
Oh, and
that's
I was wrong, by the way. There is one more game that has two ranked opponents facing each other.
okay.
That game is Vanderbilt and Alabama.
Oh, see, yeah, you're not expecting Vanderbilt to be ranked. Uh-oh. Safe.
Actually,
Okay.
I was not. So it looks like they got the out at first. McLean gets to second safe. Not sure if they're going to challenge or not.
He was safe. I would not challenge that. Um, yeah, so we just had a humongous week college football. Check out my channel. I did a recap of the big games. I think there were 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just check out my channel at Football with Cheese on YouTube. I recapped those games. Yeah, I get Kentucky, Georgia, Illinois, Purdue. You know, just not Wisconsin, Michigan, Wisconsin's not what they used to be. There's just we talked about Boise State, and there's not a lot of great games.
Now
But
there's the exact same pitch that Mookie Betts made a clown of himself earlier, falling all down and everything else. It comes up and into Marte.
he's
He
just
didn't
like
fall
whatever.
down.
He just got out of the way.
He just got out of the way. That's all he needed to do.
The big
Can
game.
can Minnesota give Ohio State a run for their money?
No, no, it's gonna be a slaughter. The game that was supposed to be the game of the week that was moved was Texas at Florida. That was supposed to be the big game. Both teams are supposed to be ranked top 10, top 15, and Florida's 1-3. They've been terrible. And so that's one of the reasons why this week is so weak. The week is weak, Mike.
The week is weak, huh? Okay. Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't see any real big games that are like, oh boy, I've really got to watch that. I
not a
mean,
strong week.
Vanderbilt, Alabama should be pretty good.
It should
The
be.
Miami, Florida State game should be good.
I
I
don't know.
actually think probably the Virginia Louisville game is probably going to be the best game of the entire weekend.
The winner is in really good shape in the ACC. The winner could be the team playing Miami in the ACC title game of that game. Because I don't know Louisville's schedule. I can look it up. But Virginia's schedule, if they beat Louisville, is really easy. Like, Duke, North Carolina, very winnable games. But I haven't looked at Louisville's schedule. But Virginia doesn't play Clemson, Georgia Tech, Miami, and Notre Dame. So, and they already beat Florida State. Uh, but you mentioned Vanderbilt, Alabama. Vanderbilt beat Alabama last year, and that's the reason Alabama did not make the playoff. That was the one game that knocked Alabama out. So, uh, yeah, that is a big game because Alabama wants revenge, but also Vanderbilt's good enough to pull the upset if Alabama doesn't play well.
So here is the remaining schedule for Louisville. So they play Virginia this coming Saturday, 12:30 ESPN2. Then Louisville goes to Miami, the 4-0 Miami
Ugh,
Hurricanes.
they're not going to win that.
Boston College comes to Louisville the week following that. Louisville then goes to Virginia Tech.
Those
The
last
Cal
two games
State
should be
Golden
easy.
Bears are
They
next for them.
they should win those.
Clemson comes to Louisville on a Friday night. That is the 14th of November. Louisville goes to SMU, and then they conclude the season with a visit from Kentucky into Louisville. So
It's a much tougher schedule than Virginia does, for sure. So Louisville probably needs a game more than Virginia. But Virginia already has an ACC loss. They lost at NC State. They played horrible in the fourth quarter. So the winner of the game is in good shape. The loser is probably out as far as ACC title game contention. Penn State, UCLA. You got UCLA winning?
yes, I do. No, Penn State's going to have a really nice revival here after losing the game this past weekend. They got a nice 0-4 UCLA, and then the only thing is they have to go out to the West Coast because it is in UCLA. But I think they'll be able to handle that.
It won't matter. Well, how about this? I mean, have you Texas Tech at Houston, both 4-0? Big game.
Actually, yes.
On the road, Texas Tech is probably going to win. They're better, but it's on the road. It's in Houston. Every Big 12 game seems like it's important because there are 5 or 6 teams that could win the division. There's not a big difference between 1 and 6 as far as there is a difference, but not like such a big difference. So every Big 12 game is huge. And one more game I want to mention.
Sure.
Texas A&M didn't look good against Auburn. They did not look good. The offense looked stagnant, ended up with a lot of field goal attempts. They're hosting Mississippi State. Mississippi State's looked better than expected. They're very tough at home. It's on the road, but still, Texas A&M, they better play better. They better play better, or that could be a sneaky upset.
Yeah, I'm looking at the NFL slate. Man, there is, whew. I mean, you've got so who would have thought that Houston versus Baltimore would be 2 1-3 teams?
The loser is beep.
Yep. You got the better one of the better games this week is actually going to be this Thursday night game coming up between the 49ers and the Rams. That'll be a 2, 3, and 1
game.
teams. It is an important game, especially for the division.
Yeah.
Who cares about Miami and Carolina? Who cares about Minnesota and Cleveland? You do have a good game there. Denver at Philadelphia. We talked about that a little bit yesterday on our other game cast that we did for the Monday Night Football game. You got Dallas and the Jets. Who cares?
That is a game where I feel like that could be a tough matchup for the Eagles. They're expected to win. Most people pick them to win. But I think that could be a really tough matchup for the Eagles. They better be careful. That could be a sneaky upset that no one expects. And you just picked Denver to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So if you start 1-4, you have a less than 4% chance to make the postseason. If you start 0-3, you have a 2.5%, less than just under 4%. If you start 1-4 to make the playoffs in the NFL. So the Texans and Ravens, the loser, has a less than 4% chance of making the postseason.
There are a couple of interesting games. I mean, for every New York Giant at New Orleans Saint game, there are a couple of interesting ones. I think the big interesting one for me, one I really want to keep an eye on, I believe it's part of the late game slate, and it is Tampa Bay at Seattle. That'll be an interesting game.
I agree. Seattle's probably playing Tampa at the right time. They got a lot of injuries and they get them at home. and Seattle's just on a tear. They've looked so good the last few weeks.
So
But
the
what would
Reds
you pick in?
have. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Reds, what?
The Reds have 2 on, only 1 out, top of the 8th. They have switched pitchers now. You've got Andujar at the plate. He's over and 3 right at the moment, and the Dodgers have switched pitchers to Henriquez. This is his 3rd pitch of his stint here for the Dodgers. Lone outside slider, 86 miles an hour. Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say, who would you pick in Survivor? I'm still alive, by the way, in my Survivor League. Who would you pick?
Who would I pick in Survivor? Detroit.
I'm going to save them, but of course, I mean,
So let me give you a team that
they
I
play
think.
the Bengals, by the way, if anyone doesn't know. Go ahead.
Yes. I think this would be my week to go with Arizona. They've got an extra few days to prepare for Tennessee. It's at home. I think Arizona can beat the Titans this week.
Plus, Arizona looked good in the second half. I absolutely picked that game. I'm absolutely picking that game. This will be the 3rd time in 5 I've picked against the Titans. So, yes, I'm going to go Arizona. That's my pick. Still alive. I was so mad last year. I lost week 2 when the Ravens hosted the Raiders and lost at home to the Raiders.
So, you know what? We should start this. We should start doing a lights out pick and basically like a survivor pick, right? So are you going to take Arizona in your pick for this week?
Yeah, next year what we could do a pick'em league and a survivor league with all the people watching. We'll do that next year. Maybe even do a fantasy league with the other podcasters. We'll talk about it, but I think we're gonna do that next year. We'll we just didn't have time this year. We really talk about it ahead of time, but
right.
Yeah, Arizona, they're the easy pick. I don't see myself using the Cardinals in the next month or so based on their schedule. So might as well use them now.
What about Washington and I have to make sure I get this right, the Los Angeles Chargers?
The Washington Redskins?
Yes.
Okay.
The Red Commanders.
Okay.
So, by the way, there was a walk to Andujar, so now you've got bases loaded.
Hey, out. Grand Slam changes this game. Do it.
Come on, does, Stewart. Actually.
Del Stewart, he's got some pop.
He does. Young kid. I hope that if nothing else, I hope that he gets something good here, just to give him a moment. Because I'm not sure how many more games he's going to start or he's going to be in. We probably don't. Hopefully, we don't have any more 10-2 blowouts, and they're going to bring him in. So this is probably his chance to do something here. So hopefully he'll get something done. 2-ball, 1-strike count on him.
I like the patience. He's getting ahead. I like the patience. He laid off a breaking ball. The pitch before that outside, that was good. Commanders, Chargers. After this at bat, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Another ball that was way outside.
Hey, he's not going to throw your strike. Take it. Take the run.
Right? Absolutely. And you still got bases loaded, and you just, you hand the baton, as they like to say. So again, 3-ball, 1-strike count. He took his time out. Now Sal Stewart back in the box. He's doing that patented hold the helmet with the right hand and stick the bat out way up in the air like a Jim Tomei look with the other. That ball was started outside. Man, the break on that pitch to come back over across. That was a good call by the umpire. It looked like it did catch the corner.
Barely. Got the box. 102 though. He was throwing 99 earlier in this at bat. Now he's throwing 102.
Mm-hmm. He's reaching back, it looks like. And that one wasn't even close. So he walks in a run. 10-3. And they show the one guy in the stands with a red shirt on.
I'm going to say, they showed the crowd. God, they're... Never mind, I'm not going to say it. Here comes Mark. Here comes Mark Pryor. The pitching coach. Former Cub, Mark Pryor.
Yes.
Washington versus...
Washington is at Los Angeles.
I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play. Marcus Mariota's played really well. That's not been the problem. The problem is Washington's defense sucks. They don't get a lot of pass rush, and their corners haven't covered anything. That's a huge problem. So their pass defense is bad versus a Charger pass offense has been very good this year. Quentin Johnston, and they
Mm-hmm.
got Keenan Allen looks good. Ladd McConkey hasn't done much, but we know how good he is, and Justin Herbert. So this could be a really bad matchup for Washington. The spread's only 2.5, and here's why: the Chargers are missing both offensive tackles, and I know Washington doesn't have a pass rush, but that could be an issue. The offensive line could be a huge issue for the Chargers. Look for them to really run the ball for Marion Hampton in that game, but I expect the Chargers to win.
So this is it's going to play out the way I kind of thought it was going to here. So you got 13 pitches. 9 of those 13 pitches by Henriquez have been balls.
Yep.
And the first 2 to Spencer Steer here with the bases loaded and 1 out.
They're not putting their best guy out when they're way up. They want to
No.
save their setup guys, but they're going to have to put someone in there that can throw strikes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they give up this many runs. If it was 6-3, wow, you know what I mean? But it's 10-3.
This could be interesting right at the moment, but unless they really do something.
Yeah.
And you may as well take that pitch there. You're 2-0. You may as well. Oh gosh, don't do that. Don't show that. Oh, get that off the screen. Whew.
I don't know how you went from 2-3 seconds ahead of me to like 5. Somehow you went to 5 or 6, but yeah, she's she's
looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Her skin is sagging. Her face was just like droopy dragon. It was just sagging. Oh my god.
Oh.
What happened when they used to show oh god, not another one. Oh my god. What happened when they used to show the pretty girls? They used to show the prettiest girls. And now they don't. They show these weird looking people.
Right? I mean, these people are better than Jason Bateman that they were showing earlier, though. So I got to give them a little bit of that. So,
like, show the hot chicks. That's what we want to see.
Maybe there's not any of those in LA. I don't know.
There's got to be those in LA. Are you kidding me? There's got to be.
All right, 3-2 pitch and a single up the middle by Spencer Steer. It's going to score Marte. It looks like it's going to score Andujar as well. So the Reds are climbing back into this. I guess.
Can you imagine if they only give up 5 or 6 runs? It's just it's. Wow.
So only 1 scored on that base hit.
Only 1 scored. 10-4. Yeah.
Bases remain loaded. You
still 1 out. You don't risk it. Yeah, you don't risk it. But that's it for him. Dryer's going to come in, the lefty.
Now I wonder. And I'll ask this question to you. Do you think it has anything to do with the inexperienced catcher behind the plate?
Probably not.
I
don't know how it's a catcher's fault that pitcher couldn't locate a freaking thing.
And I understand that part of it, but I also wonder who's calling the pitches. Is it the inexperienced reliever or is it the inexperienced catcher that's calling the pitches?
Usually the manager decides that or the pitching coach. I don't know. But he was not sharp. He was all over the place. And what the Dodgers hoped to do was he was probably the last guy to make the roster. And they were hoping maybe he could just finish it out and they wouldn't have to use anyone important. That was the hope. But he didn't have it. And now you can't take any more chances. So Dryer's going to come in.
No, I have to bring this up. Wouldn't this be the perfect spot to bring Clayton Kershaw in if he was on this roster?
He's not on the postseason roster, so
correct. I don't know why he's not on the postseason roster. I didn't understand it. I mean, okay, let me not say I don't understand it because I do get he's not going to start. So they're saving him. He needs to get his regular day's rest. I get all of that, but this situation right now begs for Clayton Kershaw, a veteran, to come in, shut the door, get him out of this inning, and get him to the next. Get him to the next inning. I mean, if there's a spot that does it, it's this one. He's the left-handed pitcher. The Reds don't do very well off left-handed pitchers. I mean, it's completely set up for a Clayton Kershaw moment, yet he can't have it because he's not on the roster.
Well, obviously 3-game series. If it was, I think it was a 5 or 7-game series, he'd be on the roster. But that's a good point. But because they're not going to start him. Like he's maybe if it's a 5-game series or 7, he'd be the 4th starter. But you just made it like, why is he not on the roster versus Henriquez? Is that his name, Henriquez? Like
Yeah.
that guy, he stunk. Like Clayton Kershaw has got to be better than him. You're right. He could have come in. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to use Clayton Kershaw in these situations, but you're right. Clayton Kershaw would have been much better than that guy because he was terrible. Uh, I gotta admit, I don't know him. His name is Edgardo Enriquez.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrible. Uh,
So Ellie De La Cruz is batting 444 with the bases loaded. And here he is in the bases loaded spot. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
versus a lefty.
Mm-hmm. This is a big spot. I mean, this could change, even if it doesn't change this game, it at least changes the momentum for the Reds.
Yeah, Jack Dreyer has been a lefty reliever for them this year. He's got 4 saves, 76 innings, 74 strikeouts, 2.95 ERA.
What is the deal with these camera people? Why do they keep showing these people that, they keep showing us their stomachs and everything else that we don't want to see? I don't understand.
They're showing like the fattest, ugliest, droopiest people. Is that one lady they showed a couple minutes ago? I mean, like her face literally was sagging. Like it was one of those wrinkly faces you ever seen in your life. Why show her?
Oh, they're just.
There are women wearing tube tops there. It has to be. Why aren't we seeing that? There's cleavage somewhere. Come on.
Another walk. He just walked Ellie De La Cruz. Walks in another run. So the bases still remain loaded.
Why do they bring in the lefty to face De La Cruz? That's my biggest question.
I don't know. So now the Reds have come back. They've scored 5 runs in this game.
Oh, man, if they just hadn't given up so many runs. But, hey, one pitch, it could be 10-9. One mistake pitch could be 10-9 here.
It could.
Look at this. Look at that fan.
So now you're up here to bat. You stand there like a statue until you get a strike, right?
Yes.
If Tyler
Stevenson
swings before, if Tyler Stevenson swings before he gets a strike, I'm going to scream.
He likes to swing.
He does, but now it's 2-0. And this is what I was saying, pregame, and we were talking about this in the pregame. If you're going to give me, 2 or 3 runs and the Dodger bullpen, I'll take that as a Reds fan.
Okay, so he started slider, then he goes fastball, gets a strike.
Now, of course, we got Alvarez telling me not to get too excited over here, but. Oh,
I mean,
I love you, Alvarez, but I have to get excited.
You're still down 5. You're not in the game, but one swing of the bat could be 10-9. And the Dodgers are using a lot of bullpen they did not expect to use in this game.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Alvarez. Don't they have better-looking people in L.A.? For God's sake.
Can't believe he took that pitch. Oh, my God. He should have hit that.
In a situation like that, though, you are saying, okay, up and away, down and in. You're focusing on a zone in that particular spot. So that must not have been the zone he was focusing on.
Yeah, he probably wasn't expecting that pitch, but middle and fastball, man.
So he fouls off that pitch. Now it still keeps it at 2-2.
Looked like a hanger. He got away with one.
He got away with it. I agree. I was giving you a second to catch up with me.
Yeah, the slider. He just hung that slider. But if it wasn't 2 strikes, maybe he hits it and gets a hit. But, you have to protect the plate with 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing right now. You'll see the next pitch. He's protecting. That pitch was down. More than likely was ball 3.
Yeah. But it's too close to take.
Yes. And I would much rather them up there hacking and fouling stuff off to get to your pitch. Because you're making the pitcher continue to throw pitches. So this is pitch number 13.
Does every Asian woman in the stands have glasses on today?
Oh, the game's out of reach, and we're saying bad things about the people in the crowd, right?
It's just every Asian woman they show, Oriental woman has glasses. That's what they keep showing. It's like.
The other question here right at the moment is, There we go. Another foul back. Is it going to be out of play? It will be. So, can we get to 200 people live with us tonight on the Lights Out Sports live gamecast here of the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers? We are at 191, ladies and gentlemen. We can get 9 more people. Call your friends. Tell them to join us here. 191. We're trying to get to 200 tonight.
We can do this.
We can do it. What's going to happen first? We're going to get to 200 people, or Tyler Stevenson's going to get a hit? Fouls off another pitch. 4-seam fastball, 92 mile an hour. Above the zone, more than likely
people.
ball 4.
200 people. Definitely, that was definitely ball 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I want to see. Some old man with his fingernails all painted up. Yeah, thanks.
A lot of Dodger fans are like that.
These camera people tonight.
A lot of Dodger fans are like that.
He fouls off another pitch, and that was definitely ball 4. It gives me the impression that he doesn't want to walk.
Well, also, he's protecting the plate, and he thinks it's too close to take.
And again, I'd rather him protect the plate and do that than take a pitch that's borderline and it gets called a strike and he gets to walk back to the dugout with the bat in his hand.
Strikeout looking can be devastating in big situations.
And he finally strikes out.
Yeah.
So the Dodgers can exhale a little bit here. Yes,
the
last bases 4 are still loaded, but
were not strikes, and he swung at all of them.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, chances of winning now are next to none. That was the key at bat, or just, I mean, it's only 2 outs, but this was the key at bat, and you worked such a deep count, and usually that's the advantage hitter, and really good pitch. But it just sucks because he just swung at so many pitches that would have been ball 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Kebron. Not a guy that hits well.
No, and I'm a little surprised that we're not pinch hitting for him here, to be honest.
Well, because it's a lefty, I think. I don't know if Kebron hits lefties better. I'm assuming he does. Okay, never mind.
And of course, he pops up to the first baseman, and the inning is over.
That's terrible. Oh, he just threw fastballs down the middle. It's like, this guy can't hit. Yeah, Kebron Hayes, not a great game. He didn't hit anything in this game at all. He's not out there to hit, but still, yeah. Why are you popping up?
Yeah, but I'm going to put Will Benson out there. I mean, the left-handed hitter, you could have put him in left field.
Well, it's a lefty pitcher.
Right, and you've got Gavin Lux on your bench as well. So, you've got 2 righties.
You absolutely could have pinch hit. Yeah.
You got 2 lefties in Lux and Benson, and you got 2 righties in Espinal and Trevino. Now,
who cares about defense when you're down 10-5? Like, who cares about defense? Yeah.
Yeah. Especially after watching Tyler Stevenson swinging everything under the sun. Put Trevino out there and let him hit for you, and then have him start playing from then on out and be like, look, man, stop swinging at everything, would you?
When I saw Kebron Hayes coming up, I was just like, he doesn't hit.
No. So what are your plans this week for your channel, sir? I know you did a college football earlier in the week. You did an NFL one today. What's the plan for your channel for the rest of the week?
WNBA. The whole week.
I know you're kidding about this for a second, but I want to talk WNBA for 30 seconds because the Phoenix Mercury are going to be in the finals. The Phoenix Mercury just played against the team from Minnesota. So think about this geographically. Phoenix, Minnesota. The other 2 teams that are playing right now, because I don't know if you know this or not, but the WNBA does not have like north, south, east, west, central, nothing like that. They just basically throw all the teams in there and be like, okay, we're all one big happy division, right?
Throw all the green dildos together.
So you've got you've got Phoenix and Minnesota playing against each other, right? I'm sorry, here, Phoenix, Minnesota, there that is. And then you've got Vegas way out here and Indiana playing against each other. I mean, makes no sense whatsoever. Even if you are a big Phoenix Mercury fan and you want to go to the finals, because, like I said, Phoenix is making the finals. They'll play against one of those two teams. They've probably already, I know they played today. One of them's already won. I don't know which one it is because I don't care. But you can't say, okay, I know where my hotel's going to be. I know where I need to book my flight. I know you don't know any of that stuff.
Nobody wants to book a flight. Nobody's going to fly in to see WNBA games anyway, so it's not a problem.
Well, now I will tell you that the Mercury did sell out their stadium in that final game of the series where they clinched and went to the.
Is it a 5,000 seat stadium?
No, it's a little bigger than that. It's not a it's not a 50,000, but
5,005?
it's a.
Okay. Mm.
But the point is, when a league is in chaos, you can't grow it. You can't improve it. I mean, what are they doing? The WNBA not only is not a great product as far as I'm concerned, but it's in chaos right at the moment, and it's crazy. It's crazy that it is.
They make more money than they've ever had, mainly because of Caitlin Clark, and they still lose money. That should tell you
Yes.
all you need to know. How much money they used to lose. They lose a ton of money. It shouldn't exist. But the NBA subsidizes it, and then they wear T-shirts, pay us what you owe us, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
you lose money. So technically, you owe the league.
Right.
So you should get a bill at the end of the year to play there. So,
And Caitlin
but
Clark's Indiana Fever is the team that's in the. I don't know if they won tonight or not. I'm not even going to look it up because I really don't care. But
I don't either.
um,
I didn't even know they were called the Fever.
yes,
I learned
they're
something.
Indiana Fever, and they don't have Caitlin Clark, and they made it to the finals again. Pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the quality of the play on the field or on the court.
Yeah. So my videos will not be about WNBA. So I'm going to do a NFL preview on Friday, like I always do.
Okay.
On Thursdays, if I have time, I try to do a deep dive into an organization. I focus on child abduction alert. Child abduction alert. Amber alert. We got an Amber alert.
Hmm.
That's not good.
No.
Ford F-50 Mustang is my friend Nate. He is a Ford. Oh, that's so sad. Anyway, I have no idea what I was saying. Oh, so
What's your
Thursdays,
deep dive?
not this past Thursday, I ran out of time, but the previous 2 Thursdays, I did a deep dive at one team. I focus on a team, and 3 weeks ago, it was the Chicago Bears. And 2 weeks ago, it was the Packers. So I'll just either do a deep dive on the Bears was kind of just what's been going on the last few years. Packers was just like more news and notes, what's going on, recently. And I have notes for 3 teams that I want to do future videos on. We'll have time. We'll see. But I'm not sure I'm going to do it, but there's one team in particular. It's just not been going well. And I need to do more research. If I have time, I will make a Thursday video. But otherwise, for sure, on Friday, I will do an NFL preview. And I do want to do this. I I haven't had time, but I might this week, is to go live on a Saturday and react to the college football games. I just have not had time to do that, but I'd like to do that at some point.
So where can they get you at for all of these things you're talking about doing later on in the week, sir?
At Football with Cheese, cheese spelled like Cheez It, Cheez. Follow me on YouTube, enable alerts so you don't miss the video. Follow me at X at Football Cheese, basically same thing without the with, at Football Cheese. And I cover college football, NFL, which is our big focus, and of course the NFL draft, which, as Mike knows, I'm borderline obsessed with. I am also a draft analyst, and I watch college film and I analyze draft prospects.
I don't know about borderline. I think maybe we can take the word borderline out of the word obsessed, but okay.
Um, but yeah, if you guys did not see, you can go back on the channel. We did a mock draft. It was a lot of fun. We'll do it again next year. Or Mike kind of he's I guess you're the MC, and we'll have me and 3 others, and we'll draft. Who knows? Maybe we'll have more. Whenever you
Yeah,
never
maybe
know.
so.
Maybe so. We'll see.
So as far as the LA and Cincinnati game goes, the Cincinnati was giving us a little bit of drama there, getting back into this game. But here we are, bottom of the eighth. Dodgers have come back. They've got two men on, one man out. Graham Ashcraft is the reliever that's in now for the Cincinnati Reds. Doesn't look fantastic here. 97-mile-per-hour pitch, pretty much over the heart of the plate. It's popped out to right field, caught by Marte. No advancement of the runners. So now we've got 2 outs with 2 on. That was Teoscar
and
Hernandez who popped that ball up to right.
and that pitch was right down the middle.
It
He's
was
lucky he
right
got away
there.
with one.
I can't
He
believe
got
he didn't
away.
hit his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, but you can't give up any runs here. You got to get this next guy. You just can't.
Yes.
Any chance you have, which is very slim, you just can't.
So if you do well department, things will happen well for you. It's announced here just a few minutes ago. It's by Mr. Arizona. We follow him on Twitter. That is MRAZ Sports at MRAZ Sports if you want to follow him as well. Says ASU has been approved for a $100 million renovation project to Desert Financial Arena. Should be completed by the 2029 season. So when you do a few good seasons in a row and you get some people coming out to your games and you all of a sudden you're successful in your division, you get things like that. So they've also got approved for a $35 million indoor football facility. Not sure why you need an indoor football facility in Arizona, but hey,
It gets hot. It gets hot.
It does. It does. We'll take that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I believe this or not. There's a report out here that's saying the Dallas Cowboys are trying to trade for Max Crosby. Would you say that's a yeah, you have the same look that I've got.
No, Max Crosby just signed an extension. He is not going to be traded.
So they're saying, this is. I'm not even going to tell you what the account is because I've never heard of this account before. It does have the blue check mark. It is vetted. Got 12 and a half.
Blue check mark doesn't mean anything.
No,
it doesn't mean anything.
I've got a blue check mark, and I don't know how much our account means. So
no, but it's that is not happening. The Raiders are not trading Max Crosby. They had chances to trade him for years before he signed an extension, and they refused. They're not trading him, and he's off to a great start this year. He had a really good game against Chicago.
let me ask you this: there's a lot of people. I've got a lot of stuff going on with Cincinnati, and I'm kind of plugged into that market a little bit. There's a lot of people who are calling for Zach Taylor's head. If he loses the next 2 games to Detroit and to the Green Bay Packers, can he survive that? Is he still the coach after that?
What was the first part of what you said? Sorry,
Well, there's a lot of
stats.
Bengals fans here locally. I mean, I know I'm in
Oh, okay.
Arizona now, but I still have a pulse. I used to live in Ohio. I got a lot of friends back there. A lot of them follow me on our social media accounts, and a lot of them are calling for Zach Taylor. That he's not been very very good, and they're thinking of replacing him. So it's a 2-part question for you here. Number one, if they lose to Detroit and they lose to Green Bay, will that cause the Cincinnati Bengals to let Zach Taylor go?
No, because Burrow's out. If Burrow was playing and they started 2-4, maybe, but he has an excuse. I don't know what will happen. I honestly don't think he's going to survive this because I don't think it's going to end well this season. But I think they play the Jets at some point this year at home, so they have a chance to win that game. But I don't think he survives the season. It's just he made a Super Bowl and lost. If he had won that, he might even get an extra year after this. But because Burrow is hurt, he will not be fired that quickly. He has that excuse.
So while we're here at a baseball game, let's announce the
Bases loaded.
MLB. And go ahead, sir.
Bases loaded. He's got to get this guy. He just can't let any more runs in.
No, you can't. 1-ball, 2-strike count on Andy Pages. Again, you got Graham Ashcraft on the mound. He's only been in there this inning, and he's already up to 24 pitches. That's the other part of this. The Reds are also burning through their bullpen. We said earlier the Dodgers are kind of burning through their bullpen. The Reds are doing the same thing. So we're almost even with this now. There's a 98 mile per hour cutter inside.
That's one thing. It's not 10-0. It's 10-5. That's one thing. You talk about momentum. They have some momentum tomorrow, and they've seen a lot of Dodger pitchers. And I think that's important in this 3-game series.
And you can't just change.
You can't just, we use these pitchers for 2 innings. Let's swap them out for Kershaw or someone else. You can't do that. You set the roster. So if they go to a game 3 and goes to extras and you have to use these pitchers, they've already seen them. So I think it's good effort by the Reds to at least salvage this game. And 3 outs, but they could score 5 runs or more. You never know.
Yes, they could. They could. So let's go over. So MLB Baseball did the awards today for Players of the Month and all of that, the monthly awards for September. So Players of the Month for the month of September. And the American League was, no big surprise, Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. The National League was Dalen Lyle for the Washington Nationals. The Pitchers of the Month, AL, Max Fried, New York Yankees. And the National League is Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I had to pause for a second and make sure I got that name right. Now, your Rookies of the Month, AL, Joey Cantillo for Cleveland. And the National League, again, Dalen Lyle for Washington. Your Relievers of the Month, American League, Cade Smith, again, Cleveland. And the National League, Mason Miller for San Diego. So there's all your award winners for the month of September in Major League Baseball. Yesterday, we really didn't point it out during the game, but I was going to. We were talking about something else. I saw where Chad Johnson looked like he was upset. Not Chad Johnson. Oh, my gosh. I'm going way back.
Ocho Cinco was so pissed. He was so mad.
Yeah, Jamar Chase looked like he was pretty upset with Zach Taylor. How do you feel about how players and coaches should act on the sidelines? I mean, are you saying, okay, I'm glad that he's being a little demonstrative on the sideline, he cares, he wants to win? Or are you saying, no, that should never happen on the sideline, we should do that behind closed doors in a dugout or in a locker room or something like that?
Depends on the situation. I prefer in the locker room, but it really depends. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. Zach Taylor's messing up. I get why he's frustrated, but it really depends. I don't know what's going on in the locker room. I don't know behind the scenes, but Zach Taylor, you can't say he's doing a good job. No. So,
well, I mean, he did with the 15 scripted plays. They went down the field and kicked the field goal, but
no, he didn't until 3rd and 2. He threw a fade with a quarterback that was inaccurate, and then didn't go for it on 4th down. He was fine until then. That was terrible. You have to go for that.
So now we got
field goal. You knew they'd lose. We talked about it during the watch along. As soon as he kicked it, it's like they've lost. They lost this game.
Yeah, I wasn't really with you on that until later on in the game, but I was all about taking the points because I thought they would be able to come down and score at least a little more, but it then ended up no, they couldn't do so, and that was just an ugly game. So you got Blake Triton in for the Los Angeles Dodgers here in the top of the 9th. You got 3 outs to get, and then the Dodgers will seal up the victory in game
If
1
if they get the 3 outs
if
before
they
the
get the
5
3
runs.
outs. Yes. Excuse me. I swear I've not been drinking. That is not alcohol in that cup over there. I swear. 2 ball, 1 strike count to Matt McLain, who has been one of the offensive stars of this game for the Reds. He's gone 2 for 3, batting in the 9th hole.
Hey, they're gonna if he wants to walk them, let him walk them. They've been
Right?
walking a lot of Reds the last few innings.
I don't know if you saw it. The very first pitch he threw was way outside. The poor catcher, I assume it's still our buddy Ben. He didn't even attempt to really go after it. He just watched it sail. So there's a strike on Matt McLain. Now we got 3 and 2. It's a big pitch. Can we get another rally going here? He takes it, and they call it a strike. Boy, that was a close pitch. I could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think it got the corner, but
It did look like I got the corner. I would agree with you.
It was a really good pitch.
So this goes back to the at bat we were talking about with Stevenson, right? He was swinging at everything. And we said at least he's protecting, he's swinging, and now you got a guy like Matt McLain who decides to take the pitch, and it gets called a strike on him. TJ Friedel now the second man to bat here in the top of the 9th for the Cincinnati Reds.
There's
takes
no
a
one
four-seam
behind
fastball for a strike.
There's no one in the stands there. Maybe they left early. I don't know. There's no one in the stands. That's crazy.
They keep showing the same little pocket of people because those are the only people that are up and cheering.
Someone
look at the stands behind home plate.
Did you see someone dressed as the wiener?
Yes. I'm tired of looking at Dodger wieners.
I'm tired of the people that keep showing the stands. Where are the pretty girls?
Right? They've all left.
Apparently, they don't have pretty girls in Southern California, or at least not at Dodger Stadium.
So we're at 198 people. So a few of our people have told their friends they're trying to get us to 200, but right now we are the second highest out of the 7,500 people that we follow on Twitter. We are number 2 of anybody doing anything live right now. So we certainly appreciate all of you guys doing that as TJ Friedel strikes out on a mid-90 fastball, upper part of the zone.
Are you going to, let me ask you this. Are you going to shop at Kroger tomorrow because of the Kroger patches on the sleeves of the Reds? Does it influence you? Are you just thinking Kroger?
I might not do it tomorrow, but the Kroger is a huge conglomerate, by the way, and they out here it's called Fry's, where I'm at in Arizona, but it's still owned by the same company. Kroger is a big staple in the Cincinnati area, so if I don't shop there tomorrow, I probably will shop. Oh, now we're going to do a pinch hitter. Yeah, this is smart. Anyway, so
let's wait till we're down 5 with 1 out to go.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. And you know what? Let's talk about this for a second, too. Gavin Lux, former Los Angeles Dodger. If there's anybody that I would think would want to stick it to this team, it's the team that let him go, right? The team that traded him. I don't care if he was batting, 0.74. He'd be playing every game, every out for me. Because I think this is the guy who wants to get revenge. This is the kind of guy who can spark something for the Reds. And in my
Marte
opinion,
didn't do
what do you
much
think?
today. Yeah, Marte wasn't very good today. I don't even know if he got a hit. I can look it up probably, but yeah, Marte did score a run, but he's over. Yeah, I would have. I think I agree with you. I would have started Lux, and he's perfect. He's 1 for 1.
Yes.
He has the best average in the 2025 postseason. Why is his glove pink? Why is your glove pink? It's the Dodger way.
I'm not going to answer, sir. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Fans have painted nails. Anyway, not going to get into that.
No, we won't. We won't do that.
His glove is pink. Seriously? You're a man. Act like Godfather. You act like a man.
So now we got Miguel Andujar here. Let's focus on the batter for a second, shall we? Instead of the center fielder for a minute. Yes.
Surprised he doesn't have pronouns on that glove.
So Gavin Lux has moved up to second for indifference there. No one holding him on. No one covering the bag.
No point.
No point. Yes. And there's the game. All right, buddy. Well, we'll review a little bit here real fast. So 15 hits for the Dodgers, no errors, 10 runs. The Reds have 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. This was the nightcap of everything. So just going over everything today. So the Indians fell to the Detroit Tigers in the beginning. The second game was the Chicago Cubs over the San Diego Padres. That third game, Boston, even though they loaded the bases at the end, were able to hang on and beat the New York Yankees 1-0. And here you've got the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have doubled up the Cincinnati Reds 10-5 in a nightcap. So here's my question for you as we kind of wrap everything up and go off the air. For which team that lost today has the best chance of coming back and winning their series?
I'm going to go Cleveland. Because, God, they have such good pitching. They lost a close game and played the Tigers really well this year. So, what do you think? I'm going to go Cleveland.
I'm not going to make you happy, but I'm going to go San Diego because in these shorter series like this, the bullpen is a really big thing. And
no, I get it.
When you got a lights out bullpen,
it would be my second choice. So, yeah.
All right, so sounds good, buddy. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yesterday we did the football. Today we did baseball. Go ahead. You were gonna say something. I cut you off.
I think you call it seeing the whole field. Is that what you call it? Are you going to do more of those? More?
I am going to try to do. You're right. It is what I'm calling it here. Seeing the whole field. I don't know how much I'm going to do this week. You know as well as anybody else, though. My work schedule's a little crazy, and I put in a ton of hours. So I don't know what we're going to do.
160 hours a week.
Maybe you take the 100 off of it, and you're correct. But you add a few more to that. But anyway. Yes, I am going to try to do some of those. I'm not sure if I'll do anything this week or not. I would like to do something on Clayton Kershaw. He's had a fabulous career, and I want to tease this. Thank you for bringing it up and allowing me to do this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to announce it without saying it to you. So you're just going to have to agree, okay? On the podcast on Tuesday, we always do a top 10. Obviously, we didn't do any top 10s this week because of the 2 live game cast that we did. But this coming Tuesday, our top 10. The top 10 pitchers of all time. And let's see where Clayton Kershaw falls on that list between yours and mine. So top 10 pitchers.
There's so many pitchers that I never saw. I don't know where to put them.
So then you want to do left-handed pitchers then? You want to narrow it down to left-handed pitchers?
No, we'll talk more about it. I just all time. That's tough for me because like where do I put Cy Young? I don't. Where do I put Sandy Koufax? I never watched him pitch.
You just got to go off numbers.
I guess. Yeah. I guess numbers depending on the time though. What about the dead ball era?
Okay, so then so let's do it this way. How about pitchers, best starting pitchers in the last 50 years?
50? Can we shorten?
How much 30? Do you want me to shorten it here, man?
How about since 1990?
What, since you were born? I mean, I graduated after that.
I want people I watched pitch. I at least people that we watched pitch. I'd like to at least do that.
Last 25 years.
Since 2000. Okay.
Since 2000?
Since 2000.
Okay, I can go
we'll
that.
Talk more about it. We'll make more parameters, but we could do the top 10 Dodger fans that we saw in the game tonight.
Oh, that would be. I don't know if I can do 10 of them.
That's a bottom 10. Sorry, bottom 10. Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez is being interviewed. I know you want to watch that. So.
Yeah, I'm really into the interview of Teoscar
Thanks,
Hernandez.
thanks, Ivan.
Yeah, they were
Okay,
really into it too because they already clicked away from it. So that must have been a riveting interview.
yeah, I we'll see what happens tomorrow, but you say the Padres are the best chance. I get that, especially with Cade Horton and Justin Steele not pitching, and
Hmm.
I think Cleveland's the best chance. But you know, don't count out the Reds. You never know.
Very true. All right, sir. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's do a little bit of the yeah. Let's
Oh,
do
the walk.
this here for a second.
Here we go. We'll probably see, walk-on in the future. Stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, and we'll announce some more of them.
That's right.
Definitely do the
We
podcast
got.
next Tuesday.
We're going to do a podcast next week. We've got a lot of great things going on. I need to click over here to a couple of things real fast. Ricky and Rob on the Red Hot Reds podcast. They've got a great guest. They just had a minor league pitcher that's going to be involved in the Trevor
He throws
Kunkel.
hard. He throws really hard.
He does. It's a great interview. I haven't got a chance to watch it all yet, but I will, and I would tell all of our fans to get out there and watch that as well. Again, Red Hot Reds podcast. Great interview with AA Chattanooga pitcher who will be involved in the Arizona Fall League playing for the Peoria Javelinas.
Plays for the Chattanooga Lookouts currently. The Lookouts.
Yes. I'm sure they're looking out for us too.
Wow. Good one.
No, not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Good job.
All right, sir. You want to add anything before we get off the air, buddy?
No, just yeah. Our normal podcast will return next Tuesday, and we'll talk college football, NFL, and of course, Major League Baseball playoffs.
And we may do another one of these live gamecasts on Monday, so be looking out for that. We'll put some stuff up on our social media accounts and let you guys know exactly what we're doing. But until then, as everybody knows, the only thing that's fair in life is a baseball hit between the third and first base lines. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Go Astros. Go Astros.
Go Astros, huh? Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure all that out later. Let me see. Where am I at here? I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
No, we're still live, apparently.
We are still live. I turned the music off because I want to do the outro here real fast. So let's do that. And let's promote everybody on the All Gloves Off Sports Media Network with this. Again, thank you guys very much. We appreciate all of you.